literally have to go through the regular season to get to the playoffs.
Okay.
Your team builds chemistry in the regular season to get to the playoffs. It's literally a sneak peek, an 82-game sneak peek of what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Never. Honestly, never a sneak peek. It's never a sneak peek. It's
So
a whole different movie.
Starting getting started, the player choice way. Green light, supercharged, the player choice way. Got shot, got Jordan, got Dale, got Jay. That them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Hey, hey, yeah, it's the player choice way. Yeah, them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.
Yo, what is up, viewers, chatters, listeners? Hello, Twitch chat. You guys are crazy in the chat, by the way, in these starting soon screens. I just sit here and read the chat the entire time.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're in the chat, Clubhouse is the place to be if you really want to get your opinions out there so that we could comment on it. East-Midi Gaming, I'm on your head. I'm really on your head, bro.
Heard about
Come
you,
back to
Gaming.
Come back to Clubhouse, bro, and let's get right, man. Let's get right. We love debate, and that's why we started Clubhouse. You guys could definitely put your opinions out there and argue back with us with everything that you guys hate. So definitely pull up. We started another one on Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, PM, not AM. So definitely pull up, man.
I'm so godly. What's Clubhouse? So there, if you go to our about in the Twitch, I think you can find the link for Clubhouse, or you can go to our Instagram link tree. There's a link to the Clubhouse, and you can join that way. And then every time we go live, you should get notified.
It's an app. Just type in on the App Store Clubhouse. It'll literally pop up. And then just search up Player's Choice. We have like 433 members.
There you go.
When you guys come in there, don't be scary like East-Midi Gaming.
Yo, I cannot believe you guys are just on his head like
Come in there
this.
and let your takes fly.
Because you know what? I like people who I like arguing with people. So like I'm definitely always here for it.
Yeah.
And while we on the topic, I'm gonna shout out some of our Clubhouse specialists. I gotta start with my guy Rail. He's always sitting VIP in the club with us. Gotta shout out my guy King Money Fly. Gotta shout out my guy B-Ball Genius. Gotta shout out also Big Ron when he comes in. His takes are sometimes suspect, but you know I'll give him a pass every now and then. You know.
Dub.
You got anybody else, Dub?
Crazy Shot as well. Crazy Shot is always live.
Without a doubt, great guy.
And Shamaria. Remember Shamaria?
Yeah.
Dub, chat wants to know what's going on with your eye.
Well, I'm gonna mute my mic.
As you guys know, I play basketball on Mondays. And today, I went up for a layup and I got elbowed.
Did you get elbowed or kneed?
Elbowed. That's disrespectful. Now that I thought about it, Jay, that's really
Yo, Dub, what kind of layup were you going up for though?
It was
little reverse.
It was just I dribble penetrated. It was off the screen. I penetrated and then just bang.
Off the screen? Did you split the screen?
No jelly, no little sauce on it or nothing.
No, listen. When I was going up, right, I seen the dude coming, and I was like, pause. When I was going up, the dude wants to come help, and you know, I just got it.
Wow. Fire, Del. They want it.
Did you block it?
Huh? Of course I made
it. Block it. Oh, you made it?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
They want to know where they can buy the hoodie, Del.
I got it from Ross.
Great place on the loaded to shot.
Ross
Great
and TJ
place.
Maxx.
Fire. Well, as you can see,
wait,
chat,
what y'all said? Ross what?
And TJ Maxx.
He's talking about the character, bro.
I'm so confused.
Oh,
JD.
I thought you were talking about the store. You said
I've never heard of the store Ross.
Never?
For real?
What?
So Ross is like prices are knocked down like super cheap. TJ Maxx, Marshalls.
I know what TJ Maxx.
It's the same thing. Exact same thing. Yeah.
Where's it at?
They got some here in Washington.
I know on the West Coast, it's Ross's all up and down the I-5.
Oh, I meant the character. I've never heard of that store in my life.
That's wild. I feel so broke.
Why?
Bro, I
'Cause
shop
it's a
there too.
discount store.
Hey, I shop there too, bro.
Hey, Ross is.
I love Marshalls.
show.
What?
Yeah, the
I'm
discount
in
stores.
Marshalls heavy. I might go to Marshalls tomorrow.
You
Matter
know
of
what
fact,
TJ Maxx is?
yeah, he said he's heard of
Oh,
that.
okay.
If you are looking for Hawaiian shirts, golf shirts, that's the place to go, bro. I will
what
never
chips
buy
are
a.
you guys eating? Yes, you and Dale. They
Barbecue.
literally look like this. It literally looks like you guys are putting your hands in the same exact bag. Yo, you guys had to plan this.
Wait, we got to
did
guess these. Are they Tim's?
What?
Dub looks like he's eating kettle chips, like Tim's or something.
Nah, barbecue chips. Wise.
Dub's got the Pringles.
Yeah, that's fire.
Pringles.
That's fire.
Fire. Well, as you guys can see, if you're watching, obviously, if you're listening, you have no idea. Shaq cannot make today's episode again, so of course we brought on our, well, personally one of my favorite guests, who's starting to become a staple of the show, Euro and Hezzy.
Appreciate y'all, man. Back, baby. Let's go.
We back. All right, y'all ready to get into this? Got a lot to talk
you
about
guys
today.
didn't know, Shaq sprained his left Twitter thumb, so he's not gonna be able to make it tonight. He's not gonna be able to type to you guys in the chat. So he felt like he wasn't gonna be capable of bringing what he can bring to the table. Unfortunately,
I feel like he's gonna tap into the chat at any moment. By the way, thank you all for participating in the Twitter poll for Shaq Army, Doubleaholics, and Dell Minions. Do you guys want to hear the results? I'm talking to you guys up here.
I would love to.
So, we had 76 votes. Shaq Army had 59%. Doubleaholic going strong, 17%. 24% for Dell Minions. I voted for Dell Minions, by the way.
Expected that. I expected Shaq to be up. I didn't know we could vote, but I would have never voted anyway. Never in life.
I appreciate the 17% of voters.
Hilarious. All right, let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Player's Choice, the number one place to be for NBA hot takes and flop takes. Shout out to everyone joining us live on Twitch right now, SMCK77. If you're new to Player's Choice, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and rate and review the podcast on whatever audio platform you're listening on. Join the Discord to stay tapped in with our community and everything going on in the world of Player's Choice. And check out our website, smck77.com. We're actually running a limited... what do you call these, like little limited drop or something on the website, where we've got limited quantities of hats, and then there's one shirt that has that comic strip, if you've been paying attention in the Discord, and then we posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago. One shirt in each size available for that shirt. It's fire. Already one of them's gone, so make sure you go check out the website and cop yourself some exclusive merch. That was the word I was looking for. Exclusive, right? Limited quantity. I don't know. Whatever.
Great word.
Vocabulary is hard. English is hard. All right. Of course, we got to talk about LeBron James and Isaiah Stewart going at it, trying to make Malice of the Palace Part 2. We just saw today that LeBron got a 1-game suspension for this. Stewart got a 2-game suspension for it. And I got a couple questions, but I'm going to start first with you, your own Hezzy. Did LeBron intentionally hit Stewart in the face?
I don't know about the face. I mean, first of all, I guess I don't really see the big fuss about all of this, man. It's just, this is what happens sometimes, you know what I mean? I think Stewart took it over the top at the end, but as far as like LeBron hitting him intentionally, I think he hit him intentionally, but I don't think he hit him intentionally in the face, and he definitely didn't mean to leak him. So, but he saw that, he recognized that immediately, because that face feel a little bit different than the shoulder or the chest when you hit it, you know what I mean? So he was like, yo, my bad, try to clean it up and backpedal or whatever, but, it is what it is.
Ron?
Yeah, kind of what he said. He definitely swung intentionally, but it wasn't like, like if you play sports, and it could be any sport, it could be football, it could be basketball. When somebody puts their hand on you, you go to slap their hand away. And yeah, he did it with a closed fist, but he was trying to slap his hand off of him. Anytime somebody touches you, even in self-defense, you're always going to slap their hand away or try to push him away. That's kind of what he did. But, Bron is, he's Thanos, he's a robot. So when he did it, it was a lot of force behind it.
Dub, do Do you think that Stewart's reaction to the whole situation was justified?
You want my biased opinion or unbiased opinion?
I want your opinion.
I'm gonna go with unbiased. Isaiah Stewart was way over the top, because I mean, he probably was over the top because it probably hurt him. But LeBron, honestly, it didn't look like he intentionally tried to hit him at all. So the fact that Isaiah Stewart is really trying to square up with him and chase him all the way around the court is like, bro, like he wasn't trying to hurt you at all, and you could tell because immediately after he went down, he says, "Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Like my bad, bro." So Isaiah Stewart, honestly, he just went completely overboard.
I'm not going to lie. There's two different types of rage I experience when I'm getting hit in basketball. If I get hit anywhere but the face, it's kind of just like, that's annoying, but whatever. If I get hit in the face, I turn into Isaiah Stewart. Dell.
So you agree with Isaiah?
I'll get to that. Go ahead, Dell.
Okay.
Braun wanted to hit him, but he wanted to give him a shot like, come on, like get up off me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I think it escalated because of Stewart and nothing else. If he would have taken Braun, come back, damn, my fault. Everything, it wouldn't have been this big, but it's also this big because it is LeBron James. But I don't think it was a flagrant 2. It could have been a flagrant 1. I don't think it was a flagrant 2, but they see how tough the elbow swing was. So they said it's in 10, and that's why they call it a flagrant 2. But I grew up a 90s basketball, man, and this is just to see the change and how different it is. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Braun wasn't going to play tomorrow anyway because it's abs, so he just take that rest day normally and get suspended.
Yo, you think, because you mentioned 90s basketball, you think Isaiah Stewart bugged out like that because he saw blood? Because that reminds me of the situation with Danny Ferry and Marcus Camby. You know, Camby was like, he was heated, but then he saw that,
I remember that.
But he drew blood and then he started swinging.
Well, I think back then, it was heated before that. Like, I remember the play, it was heated before that, and them Knicks was different type of, everybody took a little cheap shot from them Knicks as a little over the top. But when I say 90s basketball, it's just like, I remember the days, man, Knicks, Bulls, Jordan and McDaniels in the face, John Stark headbutting Reggie Miller, like those type of things. And you separate them. Charlie Ward again flipped over Miami Heat by PJ Brown. Dub, you wasn't even brought up or even thought of. Like I'm
For
dead
sure
serious.
wasn't thought of.
Flipped my man into the third row. That was crazy, son.
Flipped him. It was
that was the wildest.
Like it's just craziness. Like and that's what I grew up on. Like, wow, I'm 11, 10. Like, damn, this joint is tough. But now it's like, an elbow like that, if Stuart would have been like, damn, and Brown like, shit, my bad, it would have came and went. But if that happened to me, I could never react that crazy on a basketball court, bro.
For that long, for sure.
His initial reaction was chill though. It wasn't until he like tasted his blood, because you know he was leaking in 2 different places. It was his eye, and then on top of that, it was his lip.
How the hell did he start leaking at his lip though?
I think the blood
hit him in 2 different places. Like
no, I think the blood just went down, and you thought it was from. So it
was just up here.
Yeah, it was the blood from the eye, and it just went on the lip,
running down his face, right?
Yeah.
So, like you guys keep saying, like I don't think he intentionally meant to hit him in the face. Stewart's leaning into him, so his head is lower, almost like at his elbow. So when Braun backs up and swings, he naturally, his momentum keeps carrying, and then he hits him in the face. He was probably trying to hit him in the shoulder or the chest. I've done that plenty of times.
Low key though, that might be Stewart's fault to get hit like that too. Because I remember when I was growing up, and you know what I mean, you was at the free throw line, and how you know what I mean, the OGs used to teach us, fam, you need your arm to be higher than the next man's arm, because if you got it below his, all you got to do is just move to the side, and then you get caught.
Right. Right. And he was digging it into his rib cage and his
was leaning
armpit.
with his face and everything.
He's a big dude. So all right, Ron, you want my take on it?
Yeah, but hold on, before you give your take, hey Doug, did you react the way Isaiah Stewart reacted when you got hit in your eye?
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Like at the end of the day, I know when something's intentional and when it's not. And as soon as it happened, the dude was like, yo, bro, like, my bad, like, picked me up from the floor and everything. So everything was good. Everything was straight, man. So as long as nobody ain't essentially do nothing. I ain't going to overreact. It was a different story if they meant to do it, but I
Yeah.
know the guy. So a lot of things that happened today, bro. A lot. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
it's
get
one of those days.
bro. Believe me.
Okay.
Yo, Purify Swifty, thank you so much for the sub. I see you. Thank you for the support. So, if, like I said, when I get hit in the face, like I just rage, like my face turns beet red. I'm super hot.
I've seen this before, JD.
But I would react like it would be a quick, like knee-jerk reaction of like get in their face, super just like, you know, revved up. But then I'm not running around the court. Like I'm not going that far. It's the quick little 3 seconds, 4 seconds of being heated, chest, whatever. I get separated. I'm off to the bench. So I'm not saying that his reaction was justified, the entire reaction, right? The initial one, we see it all the time in the NBA, people getting in each other's faces, whatever. That was fine. If he didn't go to that extent, probably wouldn't have seen any suspensions. It was because he's running around like a psychopath on the basketball court that this turned into a circus. So
I don't even think LeBron deserved to be suspended as well, though,
I don't.
because he didn't even chase nobody. It was really
Well,
an
it
accident.
was honestly, the situation was started because of LeBron, whether it was intentional or not.
How did it start
I
because
mean,
of him?
because if he doesn't hit Stewart in the face, then it doesn't, the situation doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see
they
what
have
you
to
mean.
give that to him. If they doing something with Stewart, like people and not LeBron, they're just going to be saying like, "Yo, man, how are you going to suspend Stewart?" Because Stewart doesn't charge LeBron if LeBron doesn't hit him. So they had to give LeBron one.
right.
And you guys think it was really just that last surge that really made it over the top when he would pretend like he was walking to the locker room and then all of a sudden just started just going crazy and storming him?
He was going crazy before that, man.
Yeah.
Yo, the
I'm
chat.
about tired of Isaiah Stewart.
the chat.
Not rocking with him?
Nah, bro, he's too excessive. He always like, and he's from New York.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I figured you'd be on his side.
Ron, did
Never
you
in
know he
life.
was a dog?
Yeah.
I did not know that. My buddy,
You
told me
never
that.
watched Isaiah Stewart?
Bro, I haven't watched the Huskies since I was in high school, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, it was him and Jaden McDaniels. That was tough.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the
Remind
chat has been giving LeBron nicknames throughout this whole segment. Trinity Savage said the gloves were on. King Kobe, Mike Tyson, LeJon Jones,
Let me tell you
John
something.
Jones. He
LeBron,
remind me of Manimal,
LaRocky.
LeBron-
Isaiah Stewart.
LeBron, I don't think LeBron was gonna win that fight at all.
Who cares? It's never happening.
No, I just heard Mike Tyson though. It's like, bro, LeBron was gonna win that fight.
Yeah,
Why?
I mean,
Because Stewart was being extra aggressive,
No,
or just looking at his body.
It's a combination of his body as well.
I don't think
Somebody
Stewart
said-
could beat Russ Westbrook in a fight.
They
Somebody-
saying Stewart was a
somebody
boxer
said-
in high school.
Yeah, somebody said in the clubhouse today that Stewart was a boxer in high school.
That
Okay.
still doesn't too much mean anything though.
I got Stewart.
You got
bro.
it, bro. Like the thing about it is,
I don't think
Stewart-
LeBron liked that for real.
I don't
this one got it. My bad, bro.
That's perfect. That is
Well,
perfect.
You got to understand, LeBron's bigger than Stewart. Like even though Stewart plays the center, LeBron plays the small forward, power forward. LeBron is huge, bro.
That don't mean nothing, bro.
It doesn't mean anything, but I'm like,
Wait, I have a question because
Dude,
I thought
boxing and street fight is two different things, though.
completely different.
I'm
I
telling you, that don't matter.
saw today on social
What do you
media.
mean it don't matter?
I've seen a little man, bro. I've seen a little man give a big behind dude the work. And I mean
That's-
the work, bro.
So that's
That helps-
50-50
that
chance
helps-
then.
That
Because if it
helps
don't
my
matter,
point.
if it don't matter, then it also don't matter that Stewart is smaller than LeBron.
That helps my point, Dub, by you saying that. You said
Wait,
he
wait,
was
wait.
a boxer. You said he was a boxer in high school. Like that matters. Like
No,
That's why he-
no. You're talking about the body frame. That's what you're talking
no.
about.
I'm not. I've never said nothing about body. I said you said he was a boxer in high school. I'm trying to say, what does that mean? A boxing and a street fight is two different things. That's what I'm saying.
You really think LeBron's a street fighter?
It doesn't matter if you're a street fighter. I'm saying a
No, wait.
boxing
Are you
match
do you
and
really
fighting
think
in the
LeBron's a
street
But
is
do you
two
think
different
LeBron?
things.
But this is the thing. We're talking about LeBron. You really think LeBron's a street fighter?
I think if LeBron has to fight in the street, he can fight. Yes, I do. 100. Why? What makes him not one? Is the question.
I just don't think so. I just don't think so. I just don't think.
Do you think Stuart is?
Stewart over. I think
because he ran around and he looked crazy when he got mad. That's why.
I got Isaiah Stewart. I got Isaiah Stewart over LeBron.
Just like you had. Who did you have? Fury or Wilder?
Fury.
No, exactly.
Just like he had crypto over Amazon.
I don't think he after you. Which one is Wilder? The black one or the white one?
The black one. Wilder's the guy who's knocking people out because of one punch. I had Wilder just due to technique. He was just way more.
Wilder is the black one, right?
No, Wilder. Yeah, Wilder is the black one.
And you thought
you just said you had first. You said you had Fury, and then you said you had Wilder.
Me. I know I know for sure he picked Wilder.
No, I picked Fury.
Okay, really,
I don't believe that.
Really quick, and then we'll move on.
I picked Fury or Wilder. Which one?
I picked Fury. I don't know what the hell I just said, but I just know that.
Sorry, JD. I just got it. Why? And you picked Fury because Wilder is what?
Because Wilder relies on one punch. Fury's way more fundamentally sound.
Okay. Go ahead, JD.
So on social media, I saw that apparently LeBron James tried to get Isaiah Stewart's phone number after the game. I just want to know if you guys think that that's real.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way.
He's trying to clear the air, of course. LeBron ain't a dirty player.
He's not trying to get caught in the
but
street.
you don't think that he could get that phone number? Like they were posting it like he couldn't get it.
But he wants to put that out. Number one, thing LeBron is he's taking care of his image. He's taking care of his image.
Of course. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is if he really wanted to get his number, he could have got it in 5 seconds.
We know that, but he's putting that out so the masses could know that he's trying to reach out. That's why it's out there. You know better than that, JD.
I know, but that's why I was bringing it up because I was like, no way anyone, whatever.
Braun's being Braun.
Those facts. Care or don't care? I'm going to read headlines in the NBA. You're going to tell me if you care. If you do, we'll discuss. If you don't, we'll move it along. Starting with Kings fire coach Luke Walton. Care or don't care?
Don't care.
Don't care. About time, though.
Dang.
Don't care.
This is a quote from Kyle Lowry. I saw this on Twitter today. He said, like I've said, and I'll say it now, I'll sign a one-day contract and I'll retire as a Toronto Raptor. That is my everything.
Don't care.
Don't want to see Kyle Lowry retire as a Raptor?
Who don't care?
Nobody. I don't care.
Cade Cunningham had his first career triple-double and the Pistons lost to the Lakers on Sunday.
Good job. Still don't care.
I'm with though.
It had a great game. It was unfortunately overshadowed due to his teammates' theatrics, but that was an entertaining game though. A lot of people had good games.
So you care.
Don't let that go over your head. A lot of people had good games.
It's not going over you.
Jeremy Grant had a really good game.
Yeah,
he's talking about Russ
I'm not. I was talking about Jeremy Grant's 36 points in AD's late game blocks.
You're talking about Russ.
Did you want us to acknowledge that in the DMs?
No, just acknowledge Russ's. He was ready to fight for Bron. Did you guys see DeAndre Jordan, by the way, too?
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to that. Please, let's not go back to that. Please, I don't want to go back to the fight.
I dare Isaiah Stewart to get over here. I dare you.
Steve Kerr says that Draymond Green is the best defender in the world. If you don't care about this, I'm about to just end the show. There's no way you don't want to argue this.
I don't care. I don't care.
What does he mean? Like what type of defender? Like on-ball defender or just defender, period?
It's a good question. I just saw the quote.
Because on ball, I'm gonna say no. But he's up there. But like maybe if you know what I'm saying, if we're talking about just like in a 5-on-5 setting, you know, him like directing traffic and everything like that on defense, you know, I can give it to him. He's vocal enough.
I
don't agree. He's the anchor. He's the anchor.
I mean, he is a defensive anchor, and they're able to do things because of what he could do defensively. I'm looking at a guy like AD, man. I'm just sitting here like, I got AD's defense over Draymond any day, maybe even Giannis as well. So it's like I wouldn't call him the best defender just due to his versatility at all.
Yeah, I got Giroux over him, like, you know,
Drew Holiday.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah.
Definitely.
And what's the Warriors' defense in the league right now?
I think
you
they are
guys
top three.
first or second.
Top 3. I don't know where they fall, but I know they're top 3.
Now that defense looks.
I know why
amazing.
I know why Kerr said what he had to say, since we're gonna have a talk about it.
Wow.
But no, because you could say it's better on-ball defenders than Draymond for sure. I think Drew's a better on-ball defender. I think Jimmy Butler is a better on-ball defender when he like just locks in on ball. But overall, if you look at every aspect of playing defense for the Warriors and like the helping, the talking, guarding the post, guarding on the wing, playing on ball, because he is a good on-ball defender, he could be possibly right.
I think he is right.
He could be possibly right because Draymond guards. He's gonna guard Anthony Davis. He's gonna guard Dwight Howard if he have to. He's gonna guard whoever. He's gonna guard LeBron James. He does all those assignments. He could guard guards. His on ball isn't on par, like I said, Avery Bradley, like the best on ball, but they can't do the things he can do on defense in terms of all those stuff. So the overall aspect, I can see why Kerr's saying that, especially the help. Draymond helps defense, all that stuff.
And especially because the Dubs are number 1.
And now that they are number 1, he's pushing that narrative for everybody. Open your eyes. This guy could win Defensive Player of the Year. That's all it's about.
But the Warriors have always been good on defense, minus these last 2 years. All through their run where they won the 3 titles, they were always good on defense. And Draymond was always, the head of their defense. So it's like, with that being said, he's basically anchored a number 1 defense or a top 5 defense in the league for multiple years. And it's like, you got to understand, Draymond is like, he's severely underrated on that end of the floor, but really overall altogether, because with Draymond being able to guard centers.
I don't think he's underrated on defense, though. I don't think he's underrated on defense, though.
I mean, a lot of people don't really give him his props, though, like that.
He won a Defensive Player of the Year.
What year was that?
It don't matter what year. People know Draymond plays defense, though.
Wasn't he top 3 in defense player?
And last year he was. I think he might have been top 3 as well. He gets his props for that. I don't think he's underrated.
I don't think people show Draymond enough love, though, because it's like without Draymond on that team, there's no death lineup. Without that death lineup,
and you're right about that.
What's the death lineup?
Shaky. The death lineup. I'm talking about the original death lineup. The one with KD, it was just like, come on, that's obvious. But I'm talking about the lineup where Draymond was able to play center. They had Sean Livingston, Iguodala, and then or Harrison Barnes. It was Harrison Barnes, Iguodala, and then obviously Stephen Clay. With Draymond being able to play center and allowing 2 more floor spacers, and Iguodala, another creator and facilitator on the floor, and Iguodala's another great defender too. That really opened up the whole game for the Warriors just to really be able to dominate. And it's like it really was all predicated on Draymond being able to guard 7-footers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. Like their defensive chemistry was crazy because, like, Iggy, I felt like was the guy that was always in the passing lanes and quick hands, like disrupting stuff. And they also had big shot blockers. You know what I mean? Before they had JaVale, they had Bogut back there, lingering and stuff. So like they always had a crazy balanced like team on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I see what y'all mean. It's just when I'm looking at a guy like Anthony Davis and Giannis, I think they could fulfill the same roles as Draymond Green. I just think.
So if that's the case, then obviously, it takes a whole team to play defense. But why are the Lakers so bad on defense? And I'm not saying Draymond will go to the Lakers and make them better, but I'm saying, like, doesn't that kind of factor in though?
No, because when Draymond was all by himself, the defense was terrible. Remember when he was without Stephen Clay, the defense was terrible. So they're able to play defense now, dude. Like you said,
you just said Draymond. When was Draymond all by himself? The year he played like 20 games, 25?
Without Stephen Clay. With Stephen Clay. Yeah, 2 years ago.
That was 2 years. He played like 25 games himself.
It was only that.
I'm using that as an example because he's using the Lakers right now as an example. So I'm using what happened with Draymond when he was all by himself as an example as well.
But who's by themselves now on the Lakers? So that's what I'm trying to understand. An example. AD. Who's by themselves?
Who's a good defender on that team besides AD?
I think Dwight Howard is a solid defender.
Has Dwight Howard been playing? I don't think he has been.
He plays. He leads the NBA in 3-point percentage. He played yesterday. He hit 2 threes.
That's so Much.
Listen, I don't.
I think
Yeah.
Rondo plays defense. I think Russell Westbrook could play defense. I think THT could play defense.
Mhm.
I think
Bron
their
could
coach is a
definitely play defense if he
don't
wants
think
to.
so.
When he wants to, yeah.
I think their coach is a defensive coach.
Oh, Avery Bradley. I forgot Avery's on that.
Avery Bradley could everybody thought, yeah, the offense might be tricky, but we're gonna be
But
able
this
to
is the thing.
lock
This
some
is
guys
the,
up.
This is the thing. LeBron is blaming AD. I mean, the team's defense on
No,
AD.
he's
That's
not
what
blaming
you're-
AD.
That's what you're going off of, right?
No, he's just bringing AD up based on what you said. It was just to counteract
said-
your argument.
You said that AD's a better defender than Draymond, but I said
Absolutely.
if he's a better defender than Draymond, then how come he can't anchor a top 15 defense at least? You know,
I mean, there's more things that's asked of him rather than just him playing defense. There's way more things that he has to do. Draymond, all he has to focus on is literally playing defense and dropping dimes. That's it.
so that's an excuse for AD because it's not an excuse as to why he's
So
number 2 in the Defensive
what
Player of the
what
Year
is
award.
AD? I'm a huge AD fan, but what is AD asked for that's more than what scoring? Just scoring
Yes.
and play defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
He has
2
to
and
do
2.
more. He has to do more. He has to do more than Draymond. He just does. He has to. He has to put up 20 to 25 points a game when LeBron's not there in order for them to be in the game. On top of that, he's battling injuries as well.
Draymond has to put up 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and then play defense.
He really doesn't have to put up 8 assists every single night at all.
And AD don't put up 20 something every single night.
He puts
Like,
up he puts up 20 points per game at least.
I say he doesn't
almost every
have
single
to. He shouldn't have to on this squad. I don't believe he should
as you
have
said,
to.
he shouldn't have to, but he has to at this point in time. He has to do that. He has to.
Nah, I don't. I think you're negating Draymond by just trying to base it on AD. I don't think AD could go to the Warriors. I think they could go to Warriors and still be a good defensive team, but I don't know if he could anchor it the way Draymond is because I don't think he's as vocal on defense as Draymond is.
And that's something else we have to factor in. Being able to talk and
I don't think he's as vocal as Draymond is on the help, and he could guard for sure. Like I think that offense sequence of them 2 blocks is probably one of the best I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
Like a wow, like that block shot, sit down again, boom. That was OD tough, and then got the bucket. That was tough, but I don't. That's why I was telling you, like I think he's a better on-ball defender. I honestly believe that person would have got by Giannis and got a basket. This is me just bringing Giannis up in this predicament.
We're not gonna bring up Giannis. I don't want to bring up Giannis because you're basing this all up just because of what KD did to him, and it's really bad. It's really bad to call him a bad defender.
I really don't be seeing him slide his pups on guards like that. That's why I don't see Giannis slide his pups like that. I'm sorry, I just don't. I never have ever. And when he won Defensive Player of the Year, AD should have won it easily too. And I'm still mad about that, but whatever.
So that's why you say AD is better than Giannis, or are you just being biased?
No, it's just that could factor in. I do think I said it that night. I think AD is a better defender than Giannis. I do.
So you don't think that? I'm gonna ask you the same question you asked me for Paul George. You don't think that AD or Giannis having to do the same responsibilities that Draymond Green has to do, that they can't do the same exact thing just because they're not vocal in your mind?
They need to be vocal to do the same thing he's doing, Dub.
Bro, I think he's just that much better. I think they're just that much better defensively. That honestly, that doesn't even matter to me. Honestly,
it just doesn't. How? I don't get how.
It just doesn't.
Okay, so Ron, the person you said underrates Draymond is Dub.
How? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's not a good defender. I'm just saying in terms of Giannis and AD. I'm sorry, I got them over him. I do.
I don't think it's nobody that can do what Draymond does in the NBA.
Giannis,
I don't
definitely not. AD, we can have a conversation, but Giannis, definitely not.
There's no way Giannis can't. There's no way Giannis can't.
Okay, Kevin Durant had one terrible short night game this season, right? Who was it against?
Giannis.
I think the Warriors, right?
It was the Warriors, led by the charge of the coach Steve Kerr, Draymond Green anchoring the defense, and we're gonna. I can't believe you said Giannis. Like, no, he cooked that game as well.
Did they win?
I hate Giannis.
No, I don't hate Giannis because I don't see Giannis be that force that y'all think on defense. And then y'all gonna bring up that one block he had on DeAndre Ayton. I don't see him. I'm sorry, I really don't be seeing Giannis be that force on defense that y'all. I told you already. Drew Holiday is the best defender on that team to me. Like he's the best defender on that squad to me.
On ball defending, yeah, but
no, overall he's the best defender on that squad.
I'm not asking Drew Holiday to guard a big man.
He had to guard Kevin Durant. What are you talking about?
I'm not asking Drew Holiday to guard a big man. Giannis has the ability to do both.
It don't matter if you have the ability to do something. It's how good you're doing it. What are you talking about?
And Giannis he won a Defense Player of the Year, right?
Ew, yes, he should have. AD should have won it.
He was top 3. He was top 3. He was top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year then, right?
Doesn't matter, bro. I'm sorry. I don't be seeing Giannis cook up and lock up like you guys do. I really don't.
All right, we'll move along.
What does Giannis do good on defense?
We're not going to do Giannis versus AD again. We already
we're not. I just want to know what Dale thinks Giannis does good on defense.
The best thing he does on defense is guarding big man.
Not his opinion.
Oh, I thought you said Dub. My bad.
What big man do Giannis guard? Like, when is their next game, JD? Make sure I'm watching, please.
So Giannis just doesn't do anything on defense besides get a lucky finals block?
He gets rebounds. He
right.
gets defensive rebounds, like Rudy Gobert.
So Rudy he's not a good defender either?
Rudy actually been playing solid defense this year, but before I just thought they gave it to him.
Rudy is excellent help side defender.
Yeah, like that. He actually been like blocking shots.
But I don't really attribute that to him being like nice defensively. He just has impeccable timing and
when
length.
they walk him out the paint, it's curtains.
But
it's a theater.
At the same time, though, and I get why you would argue AD against these other guys about this, but at the same time, is a dude that is 7. What's Rudy? 7'2". Is he supposed to be able to guard your elite point guards and your shooting guards in the league?
Not to stop him down.
We can say the same thing.
Defensive player of the year.
We can say the same thing about Dre. How tall is he? 6'7"?
Draymond 6'7".
Is he supposed to be able to defend on that level? Because he's also not the most athletic. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. We are talking about Draymond and how he ranks up and stacks up against all these other guys. You know what I mean? Elite guys. Mm-hmm. He is not as tall as Giannis. He's not as athletic as Giannis. He can't jump like Giannis. He can't do anything like Giannis. The fact of the matter that we talk about Dre in a bigger conversation about like being the best of anything with his ability and skill set shouldn't even be a thing because he is not. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the potential. Well, I don't want to say potential, but he doesn't have the tools to even be that. All of that is just
he doesn't
hard.
have the tool to be dominant.
All of that is just hard.
He does on defense, and he's doing it
at
a higher level than these guys.
Exactly. So now put that with you know what I mean?
Put Draymond with what Giannis have. Do that.
That's what I'm saying. So
because Charles Barkley could have been way better than what he was if he wasn't for his size. So we can't.
That's a fact.
No,
that's a
we
fact.
agree with you. That's not saying we don't agree with you. Sure.
We have to go with what we have in front of us, and this is
what we have in front of us. I'm taking Draymond Green over defense, Giannis and Anthony Davis.
The thing is, one of your arguments was though that Giannis because he got the height and everything like that.
You did say that, though. You did say that, though.
That's a better defender. So if we're now eliminating like the height out of the argument, we
can't. But I'm not going to eliminate it. No, we can't because you can't take somebody that's their attribute. You can't take that away. Fine, that's your height. But his even with his height, I cannot tell me a time where I've seen Giannis just fully dominate a defensive possession other than that block. I'm sorry, I just can't.
All right, moving along. Klay Thompson has been cleared to practice.
Let's get it.
Don't care, man. I'm tired of the foreplay, man. Like, just be on the court already, fam.
Please.
I don't need them shooting corner threes with the full jersey and everything like that. Like, nah, bro. Like, just be ready, bro, and come out when you're done.
Facts. Like, it's showtime. DeMar DeRozan has the most points scored in the first 17 games in Bulls history with 456.
That was a wicked stat to see. That was dope. That was dope. That was a dope stat.
It's just, I mean, this is a good stat because it just kind of puts things into perspective. But it's the stats that they just cherry pick are so comedy.
No, I think the only reason they're doing it is because he passed Jordan.
No, for sure. Yeah. But I know Euro and Hezi, you said this on one of the shows a while ago, just like the most random stats, they just pull anything. But yeah, it is an insane stat. I mean, when you are in any conversation with MJ.
I don't think it's that insane. and this is why I say it's not that insane, and I really don't even like think it's that big of a deal because he literally beat Jordan by 1 point. But here's also the thing.
10
Jordan
or 9.
Jordan was a rookie. Let's start there.
That's the point I was about to say.
Okay, my bad, bro.
Jordan was 20 years old, 21 years old.
Okay.
DeMar's in his 12th season. So that's
doesn't matter.
Like, we're
you see,
comparing.
I can't understand that because you could say it's his 12th season, but he never played with the Bulls. It's not like they're saying this is first year with the Bulls. It's been other players that had first year with the Bulls that didn't do it.
I get it, but I mean, when you think about the Bulls, you think about Jordan, though. So
that's why we're talking about it. That's the point.
Yeah, but it's like Dude was a rookie in '84, like and the fact that I think it's even more impressive.
He averaged 30.
No, he did, and that's what I'm saying. I think it's more impressive for Jordan. Like I think we should be talking more about how dope Jordan was to be able to.
But how much more are we gonna say about the GOAT?
I mean, it's really nothing that needs to be talked about. I mean, what shoes is on?
I mean, I think Scotty would beg to differ, Ron.
DeMar to Jordan.
That's fire.
Wow.
I think Scotty would like to talk more about Jordan.
I like the fact that DeMar got this because when we was talking about the Bulls, I don't think a lot of people gave DeMar DeRozan a lot of love.
No one. No one.
That's a fact.
So the fact that, I don't really care about this accomplishment, honestly, but the fact that he's playing on this high of a level when everybody, honestly, was like writing him off to not really be a great factor to that team.
I don't think no one wrote him off, though. Everybody on this panel had the Bulls doing something.
For sure, but I think when you were thinking of DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion, this is where my head was going, and you guys might have thought differently, but I was like, DeMar DeRozan is going to be a higher level, not role player, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's. I thought
he was going to be a Chris Middleton to Zach LaVine. Honestly, that's what I had in my mind because I just know he can score, and he can score with the best of them. Like, and honestly, he's playing better than Zach right now.
That's right. Yeah, I agree. I think he's the best. I think he's the best player on the roster right now.
Yeah, Zach picked it up a week and a half, but he's been playing. Even tonight, they got pummeled. He probably still had 20 and didn't play the whole fourth or something like that. So he's proving them wrong. I guess the GMs voting the worst signing of the summer.
Wow.
Et cetera, et cetera. That's what the NBA GMs voted in. And DeMar was like
DeMar DeRozan as the worst signing for real.
The worst signing.
The GMs vote on that?
Wow.
The worst signing, worst free agent signing.
Wait, so they just that's their way of talking shit to each other is let's vote on the worst GMs.
And, the worst signing of the summer. And he's he's playing an all-star and he dominated the East when he was in Toronto. Let's keep it clear. Like he dominated the East. He was a number one season a couple of times with Toronto.
He played
5-6-time all-stars.
Yo,
so he what?
He didn't dominate it.
I'm saying he dominated the regular season in East. His team was the number one seed, I think, once or twice. He was an all-star. Like he knew he was a top 5 to 7 player probably, or even less in the East whenever he played with Toronto.
Yo, that's dominating, Doug. Believe it or
not. No, because
so,
in my head, dominating. You talk about dominating. I'm thinking about LeBron in the East. So
okay.
There's
no way. No. LeBron was Thanos in the East.
Exactly.
But DeMar could have been Thor a little bit.
I really thought DeMar was going to come in and average like 14, 15 points a game. So
never.
I really slept on DeMar.
I'm
low-key ashamed of myself. I did not give DeMar
the
that he deserved.
Same.
And right now, DeMar for real. He's top 5 in the MVP race right now.
It's a good question.
I know he's higher than his teammate.
Top 5. A lot.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, though, I think it's a 2-man's race. Maybe 3. Maybe Jokic's a little vote here and there, but I think it's a 2-man race between KD and Steph.
All right, this is the ladder as of the 19th. Steph Curry, KD, Jokic at 3, DeMar DeRozan at 4. So you were right. Jimmy Butler at 5. There you go, Duff. Giannis 6, Paul George 7, John Morant 8, Chris Paul 9, Zach LaVine 10.
That? You like that?
Zach
That's tough, man. Bulls got 2 of them guys up there, man.
Top 10. Fire.
And the thing about it is, as good as DeRozan's playing, that doesn't mean that Zach has not been playing,
No,
yeah, right.
DeRozan's just playing better.
Balling. Zach is balling too, but DeRozan is just on something different. It probably was that stupid vote from the GMs.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Lit the fire. All right. Amman Shumpert wins Dancing with the Stars.
Don't care.
He won it?
He did.
Today.
That's what's up.
I kind of
Shout out
care.
LeBron.
I only care because, well, one, he's the first NBA player to win Dancing with the Stars, but two, like, and I always say this: anytime an athlete goes out and does something outside of their sport and like succeeds in it, I don't know, it just makes me happy.
Check out LeBron.
Kevin
His
Garnett.
wife showed him how to dance. I'm convinced.
He's pretty good. I've seen some clips. He looks nice.
Amazing.
Kevin Garnett, Anything is Possible documentary is available to watch right now on Showtime. Has anyone watched it?
Haven't watched that one. Haven't watched Russ on as well.
Who?
Russ. Westbrook has one. He has one out. Russell Westbrook has one out as well.
I did not know that.
It's called, give me a second.
Is that also on Showtime?
It's one of those called Passion Play. Either HBO or Showtime.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I randomly stumbled upon that Tony Parker one. I was like, "What the hell did that come from?"
Yeah, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, for sure.
It's solid.
Yeah, but it's like, that came like off the heels of Last Dance, and so it was like,
right, exactly,
self-promoting and like, you know what I mean? Like, it was solid. Like, gave you like
it wasn't
quick little
I
glimpse.
might watch The Last Dance tonight, actually.
Have you guys seen?
Haven't seen it?
Have you guys seen Dirk's documentary? Whatever.
No.
It's really good. It's really good.
Is it in German?
No, it's not. But
it's about him and his trainer.
Bro, you seen it your own, Hezzy?
I know about the trainer. You know what I'm saying?
He is
Because
the
I grew
most
up over there.
random,
So.
the most random person you would never think that was the guy training Dirk Nowitzki how to shoot a basketball.
But old white man, I saw them before when Dirk was younger.
He's like an engineer.
Classical music and stuff, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's unlocking parts of your brain that you ain't know you needed for basketball, man. And then you just coming out killing after listening to like 20 minutes of Mozart or something. It's insane, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
Fire. All right. The Phoenix Suns, after their win tonight, have now won 13 games in a row. So should we stop the narrative that their trip to the finals last season was a fluke?
Regular season, don't have to stop no narrative.
Why not?
Because they could do all of these and then lose in the first round.
I mean, yeah, they could, but
I don't think this have any bearing of saying that their finals was a fluke. I think they're a good team. They were top 2 or 3 team in the East, in the West last year. You know what I'm saying? And still no one was giving them the credit. So I don't think saying, they were a good basketball team playing good basketball right now.
What the heck is that? What was that?
It's still going.
Who's listening to a...
That's not me. I think it's LeBron. Look at him smiling.
That's fire.
What is that? What is that, Ron?
What was that?
That was my ads. They trying to get them. They're not paying me enough, so I'm not giving them any airtime. Sorry, folks.
That's fire, Ron.
Your own Hezzy. Thoughts on the Phoenix Suns?
I don't care, man. Like I don't know, man. It's regular season. I want them to, go back to the finals. I wish they would have won it last year, you know what I'm saying? But I want them to win something. So we'll see. I don't know if it's a fluke. I don't think it's a fluke, honestly.
Dumb.
I like what I'm seeing. I hope that they could continue this success in the postseason because I want CP3 to get his ring. But
come off of it.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you with CP3? What's wrong with you with CP3, bro?
Overrated.
How is he overrated?
You know that all right, for sure. You know that island.
Wait. You think Chris Paul's overrated?
1,000%.
The Lakers will be better with Chris Paul right now.
Well,
instead of
have him,
Russell Westbrook.
We can't see. So now the Phoenix Suns are better.
No, okay. I'm just telling you, the Lakers will be better with Chris Paul than Russell Westbrook right now.
Well, unfortunately, Chris Paul's not there, so Russ is going to win a championship with LeBron this year.
I think they might trade Russ. They might. There's a good possibility.
And you guys are the same guys that believe that the Phoenix Suns were going to win a championship last year.
I believe that. I'm not going to lie.
I thought they could have beaten Milwaukee.
I thought they was going to beat Milwaukee completely.
I thought they could have. There's nothing wrong with that.
And what are they going to do this year?
I don't know what they're going to do.
You just said that they could lose in the first round.
No, based on don't be Shaq. He's not here. Don't context him. Please don't. Don't.
You just said they can lose in the first round.
Okay, that's what I said. I'm not even going to explain myself to you because that's bad. That's really,
You
really
just
bad.
said that they can lose.
You don't-
You said you don't want to talk about it because they can lose
You
in the
don't.
first round.
You don't know what I said or why I said it because you was listening to your ads.
All right. I can't wait to go in the comments and timestamp.
I'm not gonna lie,
the
Dale. You
moment
did
where
say that.
You said
Okay.
that 1,000%.
Okay. I know what I said.
Chat. Can I
Ron,
chat,
he said
can I get some
he's
slack?
Ron, do you want me to here? Let me put my cape on really quick.
Thank you, JD. Thank you.
So I was asking the question.
I really wasn't gonna do it.
I was asking the question because they won 13 in a row. He said it's regular season. They could do all this and then lose in the first round or the second round, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. They can lose in the first round. But you wouldn't say the Nets can lose in the first round because you don't believe the Nets can lose in the first round.
Bro, if he said, yo, Del, the Nets won 20 games, I would say the exact same thing.
I don't believe the Nets are going to lose in the first round, though.
I don't believe the Suns is going to lose in the first round. I'm saying it doesn't matter. The regular season, because the regular season does not matter. That's why I say it.
So if a team is an AC, do you think they can make it to the championship?
Yes, I could. I've seen it. I witnessed it.
When was the last time?
1999.
1999.
Yes.
Wait, they were an 8 seed
and made the champions. Lost to the San Antonio Spurs, the New York Knicks.
Oh, the New York Knicks. Oh, okay. I
can't wait to find out who the 8 seeds
are. So how many times
they got swept?
They lost 4-1.
How many times did that happen in NBA history?
That they made it to the finals?
That an 8 seed made it to the championship.
Not very much.
Exactly my point. That's exactly
what is your
my
point. What is your point?
If a team is not you're basically telling me that it doesn't matter where they're landing the 8 seeds in 1 through 8. It all matters what happens in the playoffs. I'm saying no, that's false because at the end of the day, we haven't seen a lot of 8 seed teams. 6 seed teams
is a number
win
one
the
seed winning?
championship.
Is a number one seed winning the championship every year?
Most of the time, it's a top 4 seed.
I didn't ask you that question. You
And
said
no,
you said
no,
8, and I say 1.
Okay,
Same thing.
Okay, no, but at the end of the day, most of the time is the top 4 seed, and each conference is winning the championship. Most of the time.
So about here a whole Vegas odds maker, man.
I'm confused. Of course, the top 4 teams are the better teams. I'm not arguing what seed or what is better. I'm saying for a team like Spurs with a player like Chris Paul, I'm not judging them by how many games they won in the regular season. Because the Warriors were 73-9 in the regular season. Everybody glorified. Then they lost in the chip. So what do you think they would rather? Do you think they would rather losing more game in the playoffs to still win a championship or going 73-9?
What does that have to do with the fact that the Suns are going to lose in the first round?
No, it has to do with I don't care. Regular season does not matter. I've been saying the same stuff for years. You come to tell me with players, I'll be like, yo, some players I only judge them in the playoffs. So it doesn't matter what they do to me right now. It's the same thing.
But bro, it's like this. If a team is an 8, 7, or 6 seed, you're not going to say like, yo, they going to win the championship. Unless it's like a team like last year, the Lakers, where they was hurt and sadly the injuries is what made them to that spot. And then when they was healthy, maybe they could kick things back up. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like this. They the 8, 7, or 6 seed, they're most likely not making the championship. And that's the point. That you're judging everything.
The point of what?
Because you're
I'm judging it based on
everything.
playoffs is when the real basketball starts for me. No matter what seed it is,
You have
that's
to
when the real
count in regular season. At least a little bit.
For what?
Because an 8 seed is not making it to the finals, Dale.
What does that have to do with anything that you're talking about right now?
Because you're basically telling me I don't care what a team does in the regular season. I don't care what record that they have. At the end of the day, whatever you do in the playoffs, that's
matters.
Exactly what's supposed
That's
to
when
happen.
it matters.
And
that's
you're
when it
absolutely
matters.
right. But bro, if a team is an 8 seed,
but why are you bringing up an 8 seed player?
Because I'm not judging everything based off the playoffs. If I'm looking at team there, the 8 seed.
Oh, then you don't. I am.
Okay.
But you think because I'm not judging the regular season, I'm thinking an 8 seed can make the finals?
Yes.
How does that correlate? How?
Because you're telling me that nothing in the regular season matter. The record doesn't matter. Where they finish in the seeding doesn't matter. It all matters.
It's kind of nasty, Dale.
It's like come on, man. Now I see your point. I think
you guys are crazy in the head. I really and truly believe you guys are crazy in the head because you guys are the same guys that think regular season how every team play. LeBron James will not play, or LeBron, you guys, you two, you two or whoever, I guess you two now, are the same two guys that would sit here and say, oh, regular season, would agree with me that, oh, I don't care what a player doing regular season. You guys should never agree with that point, ever.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Regular season is literally you literally have to go through the regular season to get to the playoffs.
Okay.
Your team builds chemistry in the regular season to get to the playoffs. It's literally a sneak peek, an 82-game sneak peek of what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Never. Honestly, never a sneak peek. It's never a sneak peek. It's a whole different movie.
So ask me why I said Bucks in 6 last year.
It's a whole different movie.
Won in 6 last year. Ask me why I knew the Bucks were going to win in 6 last year.
Ron, stop. Stop. Ron, honestly, I'm not even gonna go down there with you because that makes no sense in this. It just makes no sense. Why not? It makes no sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Why doesn't it make sense? It makes zero sense, Ron.
Your argument doesn't make sense.
First, you weren't on the show, so I don't know if you said that.
I'll pull up receipts. I
don't want to see the receipts. I don't want to see the receipts. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. Because that's perfectly fine. That's because you and the other dude that was here before said some BS, crazy shot, Josh, or whatever.
I sit here and say, based off what I seen last year from Miami, I was sitting here like, bro, there's no way in hell we're making the championship at all.
You know what's crazy though? Even Miami going up against the Bucks, I didn't think, because of Miami, of how I know playoff basketball is different, I didn't think Miami was going to get so mollywopped by the Bucks last year in the playoffs.
Oh, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Are you drunk?
Based off what I seen.
You might be.
Yo, so
you mean to tell me that the regular season is you guys picture to what's to come in the playoffs?
It's
like every time.
Indication. It's not every.
Who did you have winning? Who did you have winning? Knicks or Hawks last playoff?
I had the Hawks winning.
You said the Knicks first, and I know you had the Knicks.
I did not have the Knicks winning.
I had the Hawks winning.
Okay. Who did you have? Who did you have? Philly or Atlanta?
Philly.
So Philly. What happened? What happened there?
Ben Simmons kind of didn't really do what he was supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that the regular season doesn't predict it. It's just a strong indication. And Philly should have won that series.
It shows you which team. It shows you which teams are. You could say, okay, clear cut. These are the better team. You make predictions based on the team. That's fine. Yeah. What I'm saying, when the playoffs start, it's a whole. What they did. Yeah, they did it to get home court advantage. Perfectly fine. But that doesn't matter right now. And I feel like
home court advantage doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying the regular season record to get home court, sure, fine. I love playing at home. It's better to whatever. But when them games start, them teams is not thinking about, oh, I just blow this team out in the regular season. This is about to be a cakewalk. That is not true at all. Trust me, I'm telling you.
That's facts. That's facts for what you're saying. But what we are trying to say, that you have to at least take what happened in the regular season into consideration, because like you said, wait.
Listen, you take it into consideration. That's why they have a winning record or losing record. That's why they're in the playoffs. That's the consideration I'm giving them. Nothing else.
You mentioned the Knicks and
nothing
Hawks.
else.
They wasn't that far from each other from seeding.
They weren't. They were 4 or 5.
Yeah, you mentioned the Sixers and Hawks.
I'm sorry, no one had the Hawks being Sixers. I'm sorry.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
You just said you had Philly winning.
I said the Hawks. The Hawks and the Sixers. I thought you meant the Hawks and the Knicks. No, I had Philly.
And then you had Philly and the Hawks. They were close in win-loss record as well. They're close.
They were. Philly was number 1, right? Philly was number 1. I don't think they were close. Philly was the number 1 seed. Yeah, Philly was the number 1 seed.
Philly was number 1 seed.
Scratch that. At the end of the day, though, I'm not sitting here and looking at a team that is an 8th seed and like, yo, they could make it to the finals. They could make a finals run. That's the point. That's where I'm using the regular season. Like, all right, if I want to,
I'm not giving nobody a 5th seed any bail. If you're a 5th seed, you're not. I'm not.
I'm not going that far.
What 5th seed though? What you give me a 5th seed? You asked Dale to give you an 8th seed. Give me a 5th seed. Chat, can I please get some help? Can I get a 5th seed?
Miami was a 4 seed. Miami was a 4 seed that made it.
Okay, I said a 5th seed. 5th or lower. I would like to hear a reputable 5th seed that has
JD, I'm sitting here, I'm still trying to get their point because I'm really lost. And you guys,
regular season is a strong indication of what you're gonna do in the playoffs. How Doug said, if you're not a top 4 seed, you're likely not going to continue to advance in the playoffs. It's a strong
Make it to the
indication-
finals. That's my point. Make it to the finals.
There are zero fifth seeds that made it to the finals.
I'll rest
There
my
are-
case right there.
There's one sixth seed.
That's
that
I
made
will,
it.
I will absolutely just lay my case down there.
What
And
is your
with a
case though?
nice-
What are y'all arguing? Y'all want me to say the
Bill.
regular season matters?
Bill.
That's what y'all want me to.
Bill,
I'm
the
not.
regular
the
season
regular
does
season-
matter.
It
Dale,
does
can
not
you
matter
text me
to
your
me.
address? Can you text me your address?
It
So I can
does
send you some
not.
Q-tips so you can
It
get the
does
wax out
not.
your ear so you can
It's-
listen.
No, y'all saying mute points to me. Literally, everything y'all say makes zero sense to me. Zero.
Oh my
Zero. Because I'm still sitting here thinking y'all could argue this back and forth 1-8. No 8 seed could make it to the finals. What does that have to do with what I said? I do not judge a team.
Oh wait, Dale. They're
I'm
an 8 seed. They're an 8 seed because of what? Why are they an 8
They're-
seed?
because they're losing record or they had a bad record in regular
And
season.
when the record happened in regular season, that is a way that we're using the seeding to judge them based off
Oh.
what they did in the regular season.
Okay, so I never said that was wrong. You could judge them all you want. When it's 0-0, you don't walk in. When it's 0-0, when that 8 seed win game 1, it's like, oh damn, we're on our heels now because we're losing to 8 seed. Stuff like that can happen.
Absolutely right.
And that's anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything. It's like,
You're
look at the
absolutely
NCAA
right.
tournament. How many times a number 1 seed has won the NCAA
So
tournament?
we're talking about college kids. What? As
Wait,
opposed
time
to
out,
the
time out.
NBA.
Time out.
We're college kids.
We're
opposed
not
to the
talking about
NBA.
kids or grown men. We're talking about seeding. We're talking about seeding. That's what y'all talking about. Y'all not
But-
talking about the age. Y'all talking about
College
seeding.
is kids. College is kids. The NBA is grown men. So Dale, I'm just gonna ask you this right now. These
Okay,
are actually
okay.
both of
Let
your
me-
teams. These are actually both of your
Just
teams.
wait.
Are the
College is
Knicks-
kids. Wait. College
up?
is
What's
kids,
up?
NBA and grown men. How old is Cade Cunningham?
He's 21. 21.
Is it any 21 years old in college?
Cade Cunningham's not making the playoffs.
But that's a different format. You know,
Cade
we can't
Cunningham's
compare
not
single
making the playoffs.
elimination
I'm
to a 7-game series.
And that's
Talking
a
about
fact.
see, he's
And that's
talking
a
about
fact.
seeding. They're talking about, oh, if you're this way, then this. No, it's a seeding. You walk into the playoffs with a new formula. Even the NBA game changes in the playoffs. It
does.
changes.
It
It
does.
changes.
But Dale,
So
we're not
let me ask you a
talking
question.
about
Why does the game change in the playoffs from the regular season?
pressure.
What?
Wait. You said why does this
Why do the game change? Why do the
in the
game
playoffs
change? Why
than
do
the
you
regular
think?
season?
Why you? If you go to Europe and you be like, yo, do y'all watch NBA? They be like, no, it's not really basketball. I only watch in the playoffs because that's when they're taking it serious. That's when they
That as
think it's the
well.
most serious. That's my point. That's when I'm looking at the league like, oh, it's serious now. I'm sitting there watching, glued to the games and watching playoff basketball.
So
That's
looking
my
back on
point.
history. So looking back on history, why haven't more 8 seeds, 5th seeds, 6th and 8 seeds, or 7
Yo,
seeds?
yo,
taken more
are y'all
serious?
Why
Why haven't
losing
they
it?
just turned the
Are
switch?
y'all losing
Why
it?
haven't they just turned the
Are
switch
y'all
on and be
lo-
like,
I've
okay, we're
never
taking it
said
serious
it.
now.
Are
I'm
y'all
about to quit
losing
for
it
one
in your
seed.
brain? Are y'all losing?
Wait,
I
Dale.
never said an 8, 7, 6, 5 are better than the 1 seed. I never said that. I'm saying I just take playoff basketball more serious than I do regular season basketball. That's why. Because in the regular season, you could have the Warriors playing the Detroit Pistons one game. But in the playoffs, you'll have the Warriors always playing a formidable team in the playoffs. That's why it's more serious. What are y'all not understanding?
Wait, Dale, I understand that point where you're saying that is more serious because you're right. It is more serious in that moment. But you're saying that you completely don't care about what happens in the regular season. And I'm saying that you have to
No,
care
you
at least a little bit.
You
at least
don't.
a little bit.
You don't. You really 100% don't.
Dale.
Because in playoffs, it's the top 16
But
teams. It's
Euro
real
has
basketball.
just told you. Euro has just told you a 5, 6,
No,
7.
that's cap. I gotta correct that. I was reading off an old article.
Oh,
My
a
bad.
lot of teams.
I should let JG handle
The
that one.
point
My
is,
bad, y'all.
the point
Hey, it's
is,
all good.
the point is, not a lot of teams, not in that top 4 seed category,
Mhm,
has won a chip or made it to the finals. Now, if you want to talk
Okay.
about,
And-
wait,
But
please
no,
let me finish
okay,
this.
but that has not. I don't get why you keep saying that. What is that to I have to care about that for what?
Listen,
Like
listen.
what?
When you want to talk about what they did in playoff series, I'm not arguing that because at the end of the day, An 8 seed could definitely be the 1 seed. It's happened before. I'm not arguing that at all.
It's rare
But an
though. The
8 seed
chances
is
are
not.
slim.
But the 8 seed is not making the finals. That's the point where I'm
Who
getting.
said they were? Why is that the point? Why? That's my point. Why y'all getting to the point? Why y'all getting to the point of an 8 seed making it to the finals? Tell me that. Why is that y'all
Because
point?
you're telling
Why?
me that you don't care about what happens in the regular season, and the record happens in the regular season, and you have to judge that.
No, why do I have to judge that? Seriously though.
Yeah,
Why?
hey,
For what?
You're entitled. You're entitled to think and believe what you want to believe.
It's not about believing. Why do I have to judge?
You don't have to judge. You're entitled to judge whatever you
Why
want.
do I have to judge what the Detroit Pistons is doing in the
Because
regular
it's
season?
going to be a strong indicator of what they're going to do in the playoffs. And
They're not going to make the playoffs.
All right.
It's not going to
Exactly
be serious.
my
All right,
point.
I've let the
Exactly my
circus go
point.
on too long.
The regular season is letting
Yeah, I'm
us
ready,
know
Jay.
that the
I was
Pistons are
entertained.
not going to be relevant in the postseason.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty entertained.
They're not going to make it to the
That was a good
playoffs.
argument. Good
It was
argument,
fun.
JD. Exactly.
So baffled of why y'all brought this 8 seed up. It's like the most weirdest thing to me.
No,
Because I'm going with your logic,
This
Dale.
is
You're
the point that we're
basically
trying to
telling me.
make. We're saying that the regular season is important. You're just writing the whole regular season off. We're saying that you have to get to the regular season to get to the postseason.
That sits here and say this every time. I wish you could press simulate and go straight to the playoffs. I've said that more than 5 times on this show. I wish I could press simulate and you simulate the whole regular season and let the playoff begin.
Okay, but when you do that, then how do we decipher who's the top 8 teams?
Based on the best teams with the best record.
Oh,
Duh.
and where do you get the best records from? All right then.
Ron, that's a different argument.
Okay,
Ron, are you slow?
No, because
you
you have to get from you take the regular season records and put them in the playoffs. You have the regular season is important. If you're balling in the regular season, you'll get home court advantage.
Let me ask you a question. Because this is what y'all do. Giannis balls in the regular season up until last year and folds in the playoffs. And then folds in the playoffs up until last year. Last year was the first time. Don't jump the narrative. And folds in the playoffs. Does that mean, and people be like, I don't care. I don't want to see Giannis what he do in the regular season no more. That doesn't matter. He got to prove to me in the playoffs. You know why? Because it's more serious, it's more tough. That's what I want to watch. That's what I'm saying. So y'all could think, Dale, you have to
that doesn't negate
because of the
MVP season.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, Dale. Does that make Giannis a terrible player just because he's not successful in the playoffs?
I never said that.
I'm just saying
people
that's how you
see him. People want to see him succeed.
Who cares? Because at the end of the day, he's a great player in general. He did what he did. What? He's a good player.
Where are we going?
No.
How many roads are we turning down?
Dale,
JD, please let them go because I gotta understand.
Dale, it's
please,
like
go
this.
ahead.
No, at the end of the day, yes. If he struggles in the playoffs, all right, he struggles in the playoffs. But that doesn't take away what he's done in his career in the regular season at all.
No one said it
he's
does.
Still a good player.
No one said it does.
That's
but
basically what you're telling me.
No. They still look at him in a different way than if he looked. Look how people are looking at Giannis right now. Seriously.
You're right.
Why?
You're absolutely right. Because he won the championship. But at the end of the day,
that
all right.
serious in that moment.
But
that is why.
But just because he doesn't perform in the playoffs doesn't take away how good of a player he is. It just doesn't.
I'm not saying that. It doesn't take you to the level that you want to be as a basketball player, as a basketball team. Teams that make the players happy, they make their players. It's like you did something the regular season, because most teams have the 16 teams they think they're going to make the playoffs anyway. They know the good teams from the bad teams regardless. So they play the regular season for the entertainment, for the money, for all this stuff. We sit here as fans and we go back and forth and we debate and we do all this stuff and we talk. But we all know if we all pick 16 teams, who all of our 16 playoff teams will formulate and look the exact same. You know why?
Why?
Without no game, it could be 0-0. This team, that team. They can start the season 0-0 every team. We see the whole list of 32 or 33 teams. All of us will pick a team and say, oh, this could be this seed, this could be this seed, this could be, because we know the players they have on their team. We know who's going to make the playoffs.
But it doesn't always turn out to be that way, though.
Okay, what does that mean? We all will have the same team because we know what team should make the playoffs. This is why you can press the button of simulate. I don't have to watch somebody ask me about the Suns winning 20 straight games. Does that mean their record was a fluke? No, it don't mean it's fluke. They're performing in the regular season. They could win 20. They could win 30 straight games and lose in the first round. They could win 30 games and lose in the second round. What does that 30 win in the regular season mean now? 0.
No,
All right,
you're
let me
right
address
about
this.
that.
Let me address this question. Nate Dynasty said, and I'll answer this so that you guys can take a break.
Can't wait to answer it with you.
Nate Dynasty says, if the regular season doesn't matter, why do teams change their roster midseason? This is where everyone's losing the point because the point got lost. So here's the thing. Obviously, the regular season matters.
Obviously, What?
Right.
You idiots.
You said it doesn't matter.
No, listen.
Read your
Okay,
mind.
can I?
You said it doesn't matter. You said you want to stimulate the playoffs.
And
Obviously, Steph Curry making threes doesn't like. What are y'all
So
saying?
listen.
Obviously, it matters.
right, and I'm
Obviously.
going to bring it back to the point. I'm going to wrap it up so we can talk about Kyle
I didn't know
Kuzma's
our panel
grandma's
was
blanket.
so literal, and everybody was so like, wow.
So back
why
to the
do they
question.
make? Why do they make trades?
Why do the teams
Honestly, to
change their
answer the
roster?
question, they change the roster for the playoffs. That's
Right.
why.
And that's what I was
That's
getting
why.
to.
That's why.
Change it for the playoffs because that's
they
more
don't
important.
based off what they seen through the regular season, they don't have
Mm-hmm.
faith that they'll be successful in the playoffs.
Which is more important, you think, the regular season or the playoffs? Which would
Dell.
you rather?
Wait,
which
Dell.
would you rather watch? Which would you rather watch?
No, it's always going to be
Yes.
playoff. But Dell,
So what are we talking
What-
about?
we
Why are
just
we even
agreed.
talking?
wait, we just
That
agreed.
doesn't
They
negate the
made the
importance of the
trade.
regular
They
season.
made the
Season. I don't need to judge a team that I know is going to make
Bro,
the playoffs about what they're doing in the regular season.
And it's also so fire, Dub, that you're gonna try and make this point like a gotcha, and you're still. This is a completely different point again
What
that
you
you're about to
mean?
bring up.
He's bro. He just said, "I'm gonna just let it die then," because I honestly forgot.
Dub,
where
you know
was
what I
going with it.
forgot when I go back and forth with you? That you're a very little person. I could be like, damn, I'm about to go fly outside. You'd be like, oh, where you got a plane?
I am
I
literal.
like you are so literal. So like it's like, oh yeah, you got a plane. Where you get a plane from, bro?
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
But Dell, at the
Go
end of the
ahead.
day,
I'm
it's
here.
an AC team gonna make it to the finals.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
God,
Okay,
Dub.
here we go. Let's talk.
Dub, you really don't get it though. Like you
I
really
understand.
We're
think
moving on. We're
I
moving on.
understand you
that has
completely.
nothing to do with
I
anything I've
understand
said.
you. I understand you
Wow.
completely.
We're
And I
moving on.
agree with you to a point. It's just
We have to do drip or drop with Kyle Kuzma's grandma's
Oh my
blanket.
God.
I have it up on the screen right now. He stole this straight off the back of her couch. The dog was probably laying on it. Can we please talk about this? Like, what the
Oh
hell
my
is
God.
this? What is going on here? I have it up on the screen. I have it in the doc. If you haven't seen it and you need to see it, but yeah, Kyle Kuzma looks like a pink Gumby.
Yo, I just gotta quote Benny Siegel. I have to quote Benny Siegel right here because it's the only thing I think of when I see this picture. These guys are dressing like freaks and they're calling it fleek. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Whoa, we should call this segment Fleek or Freak. I called it
Yo.
drip or drop, but Fleek or Freak sounds cooler
Oh
than me.
my God.
Fleek or Freak.
They couldn't. I don't understand who let him walk out the house like that, but I mean,
His grandma, he took it off. her hand. He said, that's okay. Could have it.
and
Here
this
it
is
is.
why I will always want to see Kyle Kuzma on social media because he's just such a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy.
Yo, Del, is this okay?
this is so much.
Is this
heat
okay? You're
from
my
Kuzma.
fashion guru, I feel like.
Oh, that it's crazy. I would wear that sweater if it was a smaller size. I like that sweater a lot. But the way that he put on that blanket, he can't see his arms, his finger. That was
He's
crazy, man.
about to step on his sleeves and
Like
fall down.
I can't even like try to it's crazy, bro. It's
It's
crazy.
so wild.
You guys see how
what's his
long those sleeves
wingspan?
are?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's his wingspan? Like, how much material, how much fabric do you need to cover his arms like this, man?
Yo,
Oh
what
my
if
crazy.
you saw a finger come out though? What if his arms were all the way down there? It's all of a sudden-
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yo, Kuzma's arms aren't even in the sleeves. They're right by his side. I
They're in his
guarantee.
pant pockets.
Yes, love
In his
it. Love it
pants
so
pockets.
much.
Oh my god. So is this drip or drop?
Rob.
Oh, I'm dropping that.
The Christmas is around the corner. I'm trying to order me one.
Oh my God! You know what's funny, Lightout, is Boban might fit this. God. Ooh, okay. Well, glad we could have that moment after what we were talking about regular season playoffs. All right, we're gonna do a player's gauntlet, and don't ask me how this player is the player we're going with and how these players got picked. I feel like I almost want to save this because I feel like Shaq was trying to line someone up with this, but we'll do it anyway, and then we'll ask him why he made this.
For me.
So we start with just one player, and I start listing names. You're gonna say whether you think they would beat him one-on-one, or if you just rank them over that player. Like, however you want to do this, really.
Gotcha.
The last time we did it, it was in a 1v1, do you think that this player would beat this player? So it's Jason Tatum that we're doing this with. We're going to run him through a gauntlet of players. Who wants to start? Jesus.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
Yo, I get it. I got a test tomorrow. All right, guys. Everybody relax.
Great.
Does anyone want to start?
That first one is hilarious.
I'll start.
All right, Dub. Jason Tatum versus Russell Westbrook.
Jason Tatum wins.
Zach LaVine.
That was hilarious too.
Bro, I don't know why it's in this order, but I don't think he's beating Zach LaVine. But it's a close one. Like, that could go either way.
Luka Doncic.
Close one again. It could go either way. I'll say no.
LeBron James.
I don't think LeBron's that good of a one-on-one player. I'm going with Jason Tatum.
Wow. DeMar DeRozan.
I'm going with Jason Tatum.
Paul George.
I'll go with Paul George.
Damian Lillard.
Oh. That's so hard. Pause. I'll say no.
Damian Lillard's beating him.
Yeah, Damian's beating him.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, I'll say yes, just because I think he'll be able to back him down easier.
James Harden.
Yeah, he's not beating him. Wait. I said yes to Anthony Davis. I meant to say no.
Yeah, I knew it. You
Yeah, I
meant
meant
that
to say
Anthony
no.
Davis is beating Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
my
understood
bad.
you. Jokic.
Whoever gets the ball first.
Really? Okay.
Whoever gets the ball first.
All right, your own Hezzy. Jason
Let's do
Tatum
it.
versus Russell Westbrook.
One-on-one. I'm going off of one-on-one. Russ
All right.
beating that.
Zach LaVine.
JT.
Luka Doncic.
JT.
LeBron James.
Bron.
DeMar DeRozan.
I'll go JT.
Paul George.
Paul George.
I was going to say, you were sitting on that one for a little too long, I feel
I
like.
mean-
Damian Lillard.
Dame's my guy, man. Heart over everything. I'll go Dame.
AD.
80.
James Harden.
James Harden.
Jokic.
Jokic.
Dell, are you ready?
Yep.
Jason Tatum versus Russell Westbrook.
Russ.
Zach LaVine.
Jason.
Luka Doncic.
Jason.
LeBron James.
Jason.
DeMar DeRozan.
Jason.
Paul George.
Paul George.
Damian Lillard.
Jason.
Anthony Davis.
AD.
James Harden.
James.
Jokic.
Jason.
Wow. Okay. All right. Ron. JT. What?
Can we just go to the second one?
JT versus Zach LaVine.
I got Zach.
Luka Doncic.
I got Luka.
LeBron.
I got LeBron.
DeRozan.
JT.
Paul George.
This one's tough. Well, I'm gonna have to go with PG.
Damian Lillard.
I got Jason.
Anthony Davis.
I got AD.
James Harden.
Let me think. Jason.
You hate James Harden. It's insane.
You know what's crazy? I honestly think Jokic should get him.
So pick him.
Yeah.
Said Jokic should get him.
All right.
I'm confused how you get to Paul George and Jason said this one's tough. But you
Me too.
Let's not even forget it. Let's just.
Paul George beat James Harden too.
What are you talking about?
I mean, what am I talking about?
What? Why did you like?
You said you're confused. You never said a name. You're confused about who? Oh, I figured it was.
I said a name. I said the
Jason
name.
Tatum versus Paul George.
And I said Paul George.
Yo, JD, just go, bro. I don't know what y'all drinking tonight. I don't know.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear what you said. Honestly.
Oh, okay. Nah, forget it, bro.
Right.
Yo, nah, if I drunk alcohol, I swear, whatever y'all got going on.
All right, we have a
man.
ton of viewer submitted questions. I think a lot
Let's
of
get
good
it.
ones. Literally so many. So we can spend the rest of the show with viewer submitted questions, and I don't even think we're gonna get through all these because some of these might be some hot topics here. So
Let's get it.
shout out hot topic. Who is the scariest player when they're hot? Steph, Clay, or KD? This comes from Quentin on IG. Really quick. Also, let me remind you, if you want to submit viewer submitted questions or topics, make sure you join the Discord. Submit them in the text
I think
channel
this is a no-brainer.
so that we can read them off in the show. Shout
Like
out
a
Clay.
no-brainer. And I think this should be unanimous, but it probably wouldn't. I'm
What's
going
your
Clay.
no-brainer?
Me
Clay,
too.
no-brainer.
That's a fact, bro. This
And
dude gets
No-brainer.
hot.
No-brainer.
And why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just him hot is proven to be a different type of.
He's
like
supernova.
Super like you've never seen before.
Supernova, fam.
It's different. It's different. Wow.
Katie
Yeah.
can get hot. Like he's like his temperature, his regular temperature is just hotter than everybody else off rip.
Exactly right.
Steph's fuse to get hot is
It's
shorter than everybody
ridiculous.
else's. But when Clay is on,
When
Forget
Clay
it.
is in
Forget
Nova mode, I promise you, it's something I've never seen before. It's ballistic. It's like, what the? It's ridiculous. It's Clay without a doubt. Like
facts.
Steph only looks more exciting. KD looks more fluent, more simple, more easy. But it's really on. It's out of this world, bro. It's out of this world. Wow.
Facts.
Was that a unanimous?
Yeah, I got Clay too.
I'm going with Clay as well.
Fire. This one is from Dex NATO TV, I think is how you say it, from Discord. Got a start bench cut for us. Michael Redd, Monte Ellis, Lance Stevenson.
Jesus Christmas.
Dex NATO, I bet you didn't know that Dell knows Lance.
Yo, that's never mind. I was going,
Yeah, Dub, don't do this. Dub, please don't do this.
You
Do it in our group chat, bro. Just do it in our group.
Yo, never mind.
Michael Redd was tough. Monte was tough.
I'm gonna start Monte, bench Michael. I'm cutting
Really?
Lance. Michael Redd was raw.
Yeah, I'm starting Michael Redd.
I don't know. I mean, I see more of Monte than Michael Redd.
That's true. Me too.
I didn't see 25 points a game, Michael Redd.
I wasn't
see
watching the NBA.
But that was the year that he was on the Olympic team too, though, right?
Yeah, we seen it for sure. I know me and you saw that for sure.
Ooh, Michael Redd was a gunslinger, boy.
I just
Yeah,
know he was
lefty,
nice.
too.
Yep.
Shot was low key.
threes.
Their shot was
low-key
nice.
ugly. It
No,
was
the
low-key
shot was nice.
ugly.
Nah, it wasn't ugly. It was
It
just
wasn't
like
ugly.
it was like slinging.
It
you know
was
what I
like a
mean?
slingshot. Yeah, it's like a slingshot. Yeah.
That thing was in that basket, though.
But let me see. I'm gonna start Michael, bench Monte, and I'm gonna cut L2.
Wait, who started? Who didn't go?
Michael. I don't think Ron went.
Shaq knows. If anybody, Shaq knows how much I lose my mind over Monte Ellis. So I gotta start Monte. Michael Redd, he gotta come off the bench. And I think it's gonna be unanimous. Lance just gotta get cut. That's no knock to Lance because he really, and actually Lance is balling right now in the G League too. I don't know if any of you guys are up on that. Lance doing his thing down there though.
Can't say I am, Ron.
Shout out Lance.
Everyone gave theirs. I wasn't missing nobody.
Euro, you gave yours?
Nah, but it's the same as yours, Dub. So I'm starting Monte, and I'm cutting Lance.
Gotcha. All right. This one comes from Joseph Marinas on YouTube. Do you think Tyrese Maxey from the Philadelphia 76ers is on course to be the most improved player?
Shout out Joseph Marinas.
Is that your burner, Ron?
Something like that.
I think he could, but it's like I just don't see him beating out Tyler or Jordan Poole at all. Like at all.
Or Alonzo.
More Lonzo. Lonzo had a very good year last year. It's just he didn't get no credit for it.
Who'd you say, Dub? You don't see him beating out who?
Tyler or Jordan Poole.
What about Miles Bridges?
Miles Bridges been on a little bit of a slump, but
Miles Bridges had 35 and 10 the other night. What are you talking about?
What?
Literally 2 games ago.
That's a pretty good slump to be in.
No way. I must have missed that game. I apologize.
Yeah, it was literally they played the night they beat the Wizards, but the game before that he had 35 and 10.
Okay. I might have missed it.
But so this is what I was looking in the last 6 games. Maxey's averaging 25, 4 assists. He's shooting 56%. He's shooting 48 from 3. And I mean, I know you guys don't care about free throws, but he's shooting 92 from free throws. Saying that to say the last 6 games he's shooting 50, 40, 90. He's balling right now.
Oh yeah.
Balling.
I remember that game now. That was the game I was mad at him because he didn't hit 3 threes.
Who?
Miles Bridges completely was infuriated.
How long ago was that?
That was 2 nights ago, and that was the game I was actually paying attention to.
Against
I was
who?
just looking at the threes, the Atlanta Hawks.
Hawks.
Like I wasn't paying attention to nothing else. I was looking at the threes the whole entire time.
He still has been in a slump, though. I agree with you there. He did tally off from his constant wild out. That 35 came in the midst of him playing real bad in some bad games.
All right, this one comes from Kami, Khami, in the Discord. Is it time for the Timberwolves to move on from Cat, and where should he be moved to realistically?
I like Cat. I like Cat a lot, to be honest. I don't think he stays in Minnesota. I think he needs a fresh start to get away from he's been through a lot over there, losing his mom, losing a lot of family through COVID over there. I always wanted Cat in New York. I always wanted him in New York. But I think if Cat goes anywhere, I think he'll go to Boston, though. I think the Celtics will find a way to get Cat over there. But I always wanted him in New York. And it's just the pieces. Like, Cat is still young, man. He's still got a bright future. And I think he knows he still could be like one of the best bigs in the game. So I think he probably want a fresh start himself.
Cat in New York would be nice.
Yeah.
I definitely think Cat needs to get up out of there. He's honestly, when it comes to just talented big man, you can easily argue him top 4, top 5. So I mean, I don't see it being just any specific location because I think he could fit into any location. I think you could literally drop Cat on any team and he makes a positive impact. But that's not going to be in Minnesota. He needs to go elsewhere, like Dale said. He needs a fresh start.
Street Jesus said Cat to Mavs for Porzingis, and I am here for it.
Why? KB's been playing pretty well.
I already told you, Dub, why. I don't trust him.
Listen, I told you guys before the season started, that whole struggles was a coaching issue. It was not a Luka issue, man. They giving KP them same looks that he got in New York, and he's getting very more comfortable than he has in
KP has been playing real well, but he has been playing well when Luka has not been playing.
Even when even the few games that Luka was playing with him, he was getting off at the same time.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, there was
And I'm
like
watching.
2 games they both had good games.
And
They
I'm
both
watching.
dropped like 32.
And I'm
Yeah,
for
they-
sure watching.
They
I'm
put
a
up
KP
64
fan, though.
together.
Yeah, I'm a KP fan though. So, like
I
I said,
have
you see why?
reservations
Of course. Why you don't trust him? Because of what?
because of last year. I mean, I'm really just going off of last year.
Exactly. Where? Last year, where? Let's get to it. Get more to the point. Get more
Hey,
to it.
it's a new
JD.
year. It's a new year, Dell.
No, get more to the point. You didn't trust him because last year in the what?
Last year in the playoffs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, but Luka didn't, or Kristaps didn't play that good in the regular season last year either, which was an indicator that he probably wasn't going to play well in the playoffs.
Oh my
Let's not
God.
revisit
It
that.
is. It is.
I mean,
he didn't
Ron,
play well in
you're-
the.
you're
He
not-
didn't play well in the regular
You're
season.
not
last
wrong,
year.
but I think
didn't.
he still averaged like 19 or 20.
It definitely played better than what he showed. It indicated if he played how he played in the regular season last year in the playoff, they would have moved on.
They were not beating the Clippers.
What? If he played,
They were
we're
not beating
okay.
the Clippers.
So
This is what I'm trying to say. You guys did not. It's no way you guys
No.
really believe that the Suns were going to beat
He
the
averaged
Bucks.
23 and a half last year.
And what did he
way.
average in the playoffs, JD? Please tell me.
That's a
Do
good
it.
question.
Tell Ron because Ron is on this hill alone. He's
It's
on this
no-
hill. Ron, just tell
On what hill? What hill am I
the
on?
average in the
Please let me know.
playoffs.
What hill am I on? Of
Just tell him, please.
Of saying
I'm
that
looking,
it's
I'm
no way
looking.
that the Mavs were going to beat the Clippers, whether KP averaged 30 or not.
I gotta let you down on this one, bro. I'm
On
not
what
with
hill?
you at all.
What? Okay, what hill
I'm
are
not
you?
with you at all.
Can you guys please let me know what hill we're on?
13.1.
10
Ooh.
points different?
Okay, but can you please let me know what hill that we're on?
No hill. No one's on no
Whether,
hill.
whether he averaged 13 or 30, they were not beating the Clippers.
Okay. All right.
Why?
Ron,
Why?
Ron.
Their regular season team told us that they were not going to beat
Hold
the
on.
Clippers with 2 superstars.
So they're
All right,
missing
hold on.
10
Wait,
points.
Pause. Wait, pause that. Don't agree that. You said because of the regular season what?
because their regular season performance / roster / record let us know that they were not capable of competing with a Clippers team with 2 superstars.
Because
and a
what
stacked
they
team
did.
full of vets.
Because what they did in the regular season versus the Clippers and all that stuff.
Not just what they did in the regular season. Their roster throughout the regular
Do
season.
me a favor,
what we-
JD.
what
Tell
we
me
see
the
from them.
regular season game of the Mavs versus the Clippers.
I didn't say
Game-
versus the
game
Clippers. I didn't
one.
I didn't say versus
Or
the
two.
Clippers. I didn't
Please
say
tell me the
versus the
score.
Clippers. I didn't say
Mhm.
versus the Clippers.
Mhm.
We're
What-
talking about their regular season as a whole.
And
I
then
think they
tell
had-
me the regular season as a whole. What position was the Clippers in, and what position was the Mavs in?
I think the
Their
Mavs
record.
were 5.
And the Clippers were 4. How was that indicator, Ron?
When you look at the roster,
Okay.
when you look at the roster, because I didn't just say
Yo,
if you would have heard what I said, I didn't just say
I heard
record.
it clearly.
I said their roster.
Listen, I've been hearing
said the
so
roster
well
from
since
top
I
to
had my setup. I've
Their
been
roster-
hearing real clear since my
their-
setup pulled
their
up.
roster from top to bottom.
hmm
Did you bet on the Mavs? You're a better, right? Did you
I-
bet on the Mavs?
I bet a lot of games on the Mavericks.
Yo, they
Okay.
mopped the Clippers the first
In the-
game of the season.
Tell me the score, please.
124 to 73.
Of this regular season game. That was a great indicator that they couldn't compete with the Clippers.
They couldn't.
Okay, you're right.
They couldn't.
You're
Based
right,
on the,
you're right.
Yo, you would.
Let's go to viewers.
Nobody,
Let's go to
Nobody
let's go
would have
to-
took that first game sample and been like, "Hey, we're taking this, and I'm betting that the Mavericks are going to win the championship."
Here-
Nobody would have.
no. Why?
Yeah.
I didn't say one game.
Exactly.
I didn't say one game. I
Doesn't
said
matter.
all 82 games. I said
No,
all 82
doesn't.
games.
Why wasn't
Why
nobody
doesn't it
taking
matter?
that sample? But
Why doesn't it matter?
you know, we're not gonna get there. JD, just
Why
go
doesn't
ahead.
it matter?
It matters. It matters. Thank you, though.
You're
Thanks.
saying one game. I'm saying
I'm-
82 games.
Yo, Ron. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shaq wasn't here today, but you tried with the bending a lot
I'm
for us.
not trying to bend
Yo,
anything.
JD, go.
I'm not trying to
please.
bend anything. I'm making a
Okay.
valid point.
Wait, Ron.
Okay,
did,
sure.
What's up?
Yo,
Did the
Brett. Yo,
record-
Brett.
Did the record tell you that the Mavericks was going to be up 2-0?
What does 2-0 have to do with anything?
All right,
They
listen.
were up 2-0 until they were down
Listen.
2-0.
Listen, so the Mavs went up 2-0 and they're missing 10 points a game from Kristaps, right? So they win the first 2.
Yeah.
Game 3, they lose by 10. Game 4,
Ooh.
they get mollywopped by 25. Game 5, Mavs. Game 6, they lost by 7. Game 7, they lose by 15. So if Kristaps actually
not even averaged his 23 points, bro. If he averaged 19 with the aggression, they win, bro.
No, they do not.
Okay.
Because the games are
game
closer.
changes. It changes.
What was the drop off in percentage from the field?
Give me a second.
Because somebody else,
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Because Luka could have just like swallowed up those 10 shots. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question.
So
I'm
you're
assuming
saying
that was the case.
No, I'm asking. I'm wondering. You know what I'm saying? So before
you could
throw
say that. You
KP
could
under
say
the bus.
Yeah.
it's not even throwing him under the bus though. But KP could have got the same shots as what we're saying. He lost his own.
Yeah, facts.
Right. Okay.
Like it's not we're talking about a mark. We're talking about Kristaps. Like you have to find you are your own staple in this league.
He was putting up 16 shots a game. He was hitting 7 and call it 7 or 8 shots a game.
That's regular season?
That's regular season. So
okay.
Then I think this is 2020. Where was it? Hold on.
I can't
Kristaps.
believe you guys really think the Mavs
2020.
Right,
had
you're
any
correct.
chance against the Clippers. So Dub, you think the Mavs would have beat the Clippers?
I think it would have been. I think it was either going to go to Game 6 or 7 due to what happened last year in the playoffs.
It went to Game 7.
Exactly. I mean.
Oh, here we
either
go.
way.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what'd I say? So
You were saying
16
6 or 7 of 16.
and he was putting up 16. He shot the ball 10 times, made 5 of them. He was
So his
shooting
percentage shot up.
47.2.
Well,
Shooting better from the field.
The same.
But
The
to
same.
Dale's point though, like there is a difference. Like if you're less aggressive, you know what I mean. If you are,
he's not a marginal player that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that
you're right.
He's not that. He doesn't fit that mold. KP, you know what you have to do. Like no
That's
one
not
has to.
KP's
You know what?
fault. It's not KP's fault that they had him standing in the corner.
So you telling me that their offense changed from the regular season to the playoffs?
Bro, when I was
I'm
watching,
just asking you a question.
No, Dale.
Yes or no?
Listen to me, Dale.
The question.
When I watched that series, they had this man. Listen, I'm not getting in on this at all. But I'm just saying, bro. They had that man standing in the corner.
Okay. Yo,
I'm not
Your
blaming
Honor, I rest my
KP
case.
at all.
I rest my
Wait.
case.
You're gonna blame KP for the coach telling him to stand in the corner and take less shots?
You really think Rick Carlisle went in the locker room and said, KP, you said it. Yo, I'm not doing it. I'm really
Who's
not
the
doing
guy
this.
who's the guy running the team? The coach, right? Because Luka's way too young to be doing that.
I don't think it was Luka.
Luka's way too young to be running the team all like a LeBron James. He's way too young for that.
Yeah, I'm not going here. All right. I'm sure. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do this to JD. Nope. I'll promise you I won't, because it's gonna be a spiral. It's gonna spiral. So I'm gonna be good.
I'm here for a spiral.
Nah, it's
Go ahead.
not.
Go ahead.
No.
Wait, I want to hear. I need to hear it. Like
You really think Rick Carlisle sat shot KP in his office and said, "Hey, yo, stand in the corner"?
But I mean, bro,
You really think that's
the way that they used him? The way that they used him.
every possession on offense, they told Luka was just standing in the corner, bro?
Bro, not Luka, KP, but every single possession, it was literally give Luka the ball. Everybody get out the way. That's exactly
what's happening this season. That's what has always happened. He still found his way. Luka is ball dominant. We know that. That's not changing nothing. He still found his way. KP lost his own aggressiveness in the playoffs last year. I'm not blaming Luka Doncic for him not finding his way when you average 23 with that same man playing at that caliber. I'm not doing that.
I'm not blaming Luka as well. I'm not blaming KP to that level as well. I'm blaming the coach.
And
for
honestly,
what
people do, you give them a lot of these coaches too much credit in the NBA. Let's be like totally honest.
Rick Carlisle is not an established coach.
He's an established coach, but I don't think everything looks the same. Luka dominate the ball. Luka create. Luka facilitate everyone. You get Tim Hardaway coming off curls, or you get Luka step back three. You do all this stuff. He dominates the basketball. I don't think. Only difference was KP was his own aggression. It wasn't like, damn, like Rick Carlisle go put him. No. I
Hey, Joe,
watched
you think
games
that's winning
today.
basketball?
You said what?
Do you think that's winning basketball?
I think they could win with that if KP is aggressive enough. 100%.
Winning basketball in the regular season or the playoffs?
Right. What is
But
winning
Dell,
basketball
they
to you
are-
guys?
They are playing a different way because at the end of the day, KP is not getting was not getting the same looks that he was getting in the playoffs. Sometimes even in regular season that he's getting to right now. He's getting a lot more post-up moves than he's ever had.
So
in
you're
his
saying
career.
the Mavs are going to go further in the playoffs than they did last year? Then
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying let's not sit here and put all the blame on KP. Let's acknowledge that there was a coaching issue as well. We have to acknowledge that. I don't know what the hell the Mavs are gonna do. Honestly,
I don't know how is a coaching issue when they took a team that many thought they were going to get mollywopped by to 7 games.
Because you didn't put one of your best players in a position to succeed.
What?
As I said, he was literally standing in the corner, Dell. He was standing in the corner almost all the
What?
time.
He was not. That is not true. It is literally. It's like a false statement. It's like probably the truth. Like it's like no, that's just not true. We watch basketball. I watch the games. I watch Luka. KP lost his full aggressiveness. He was missing his shots. He wasn't missing his shots.
How was he missing
He
shots?
just said that they shot 5 for 10. His shots literally teetered off in the postseason. He went from shooting JD, it was 16 to 10.
And that's because the coach told him stand in the corner? Or he lost his aggressiveness when he get the ball, or he want to dribble handoff and not take his full advantage.
I mean, we can get super granular with it too, because we don't know how many shots of those are actually like putbacks or easy layups or like, stuff where that is purely attributed to aggression, like they'll say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Offensive, did his rebound tally off? I'm not doing all that stuff. You can't negate someone like how we nitpicking him standing in the corner. Like if Anthony Davis played bad, we won't blame it on the coaching staff. We'll blame it on Anthony Davis not being aggressive. I look at Luka as KP as one of those players that you find your joint. I'm not blaming no coach Frank Vogel when Anthony Davis looking crazy out there. I'm not blaming Frank Vogel for what Russ been doing right now.
That's a whole different system.
What, triple doubles?
Okay,
but that's a whole different system, Del. Because at the end of the day, this is LeBron, Russell, and AD. If you're on a team with LeBron, majority of the time, who cares what the hell the coach is saying? Honestly, this is Luka Doncic and KP. At the end of the day, those are.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You think Rick Carlisle is leaving the Mavs if Luka wanted him there?
I mean, do you even know if Luka wanted him there? Yes or no?
Do you think he's leaving if Luka wanted him there?
But do you think that do you know for a fact that Luka wanted him there? Yes or no? Because if you know for a fact, then
my point is Luka played so well with this coach that told him give him the ball and KP standing in the corner, and this coach is not there.
Okay.
That means if your philosophy is not what's going on, we're following Luka. That's what it is.
That was probably the organization's decision, not even Luka's.
And you don't think they went to Luka?
You don't, bro. At the end of the day, you don't even know, Del. You don't know if that was Luka's.
You don't think they went to Luka and said,
I don't think that was
there?
Luka's decision. I don't think Luka's going over here and get this guy out.
That happens a lot, though. You've seen
it happens a lot.
You see Aaron Rodgers' situation.
Aaron Rodgers is just the Green Bay Packers. Luka don't have that power yet. He thinks Luka doesn't have that power yet.
I don't think he does.
And that's false. Dallas is surrounded with him. They hope he never leaves. They want him to be the next 20-year Dirk.
Oh, they for sure want him to be the next Dirk.
What?
I don't think he has that power yet, honestly, especially over Carlisle.
Okay. All right.
I
Luka
think
magic is real.
They were for sure more okay with parting ways with Carlisle than they were with Luka. So
you can't blame him for that either.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying
you
can't be mad at them for saying that
right.
Take sides with Luka.
100.
Of course not.
100%.
I mean,
I love Jason Kidd. I love Jason Kidd.
Because what if it's the same situation as a Michael Jordan and Doug Collins? What if it's that? We don't know.
What do you mean? Honestly, you can't compare the 1980s peak when it was more front office than what's going on now.
But Del, I'm just saying, we don't even know how Luka felt about the whole situation. Michael Jordan didn't want Doug Collins to leave. You don't know.
My point is, they didn't even tell Michael that was happening, though. That's my point. They didn't tell Mike. Like, if the NBA dynamics change, it's more of a players' league and you have coaches to be the face. It's more players' league by far. It's not even close, bro. Only about, I want to say 5, maybe 6 coaches have a voice, a say-so voice.
Mhm.
Maybe. And that's the truth, bro. All other teams, they just people just standing there.
Especially with Cuban. I think Cuban and whoever he chooses as his like guy on the court, like them two together are kind of like, structuring what needs to
What's
happen.
going on?
Yeah,
I don't think Luka has
They
that,
got Jason
that
Kidd,
enough pull.
Jason Kidd, Mark
I
Q,
think-
all them flying
think
over to Slovenia so he
I
can
think-
sign his contract. You can email that, Joe. What you
But
mean?
Dale, I think that Dallas probably already had plans of parting ways with Rick Carlisle, and even if this conversation happened with Luka,
You're right. I agree
it was
with
more
you.
like okay, all right, if you're not with it too, we gonna get him out of here. But
If they went to
wasn't
Luka,
like-
listen to me. If they went to Luka, it'd be like, yo, we thinking about changing. And Luka said to them, yo, I think I could work with this coach. Rick Carlisle will still be Dallas Maverick head coach. 100%. Because they know if, all right, he could sign, I'm out. Like, Luka, I'm
but
out.
at the end of the day, I don't think Luka's over there like, yo,
Yo,
let's get
Dub, when
Carlisle
have
out of
you,
here.
when in modern basketball history though, when have you heard of a player wanting for a coach to stay and then the coach ended up getting the boot by the organization? Like within
That a
the
player-
last 10 years.
that a player wanted to coach to
The
stay?
player, whatever franchise.
Miami Heat,
Who?
Eric Spoelstra, LeBron.
No. LeBron, what? LeBron wasn't supposed to stay?
Yes,
He
No,
wanted
he
he wanted Spoelstra to leave.
he
But
didn't want
LeBron
Spo there.
LeBron walked into that. LeBron walked into Spoelstra
Yeah, I don't know if
already
I remember
coaching there.
that like that.
Nah, that's
How
a fact. I
Rick
know that. I know
No.
that.
I'm talking about Dub. I don't know if I remember it like you saying it.
Nah, I'm telling you,
Oh.
bro. Like,
I know that story as well.
LeBron didn't like Spo like that at all.
And
But
Pat Riley
as you
just kicked
said,
him out the
as you
office.
said, Dale, Luka walked into Rick Carlisle. He walked into that. I don't think the
He got
organization.
he got drafted into that.
Okay.
He
It's the
got
same-
drafted
it's almost
into
the
Rick.
same thing. It's
I
almost
don't
the
think
same
I
thing.
don't think it's same because Luka had like years and years, just like Braun, he had years and years. Now with Spo, he had to grow with Spo. They never really won. Rick was already on the downward. Like, Rick was on the downward at the time.
Thank you.
Like they were
Like, that's
losing and
it.
stuff. And then when Luka came, he took him to the playoffs. I think he went as a rookie. JD, did he make it as a rookie or just these last 2 years?
I think the last 2 years.
Okay, last 2 year playoff teams with not the best rosters, just him and KP, but showing
that's my
life.
point, Dale.
Showing life. Luka brought back the life in Dallas. So if that life is in Dallas, brought by this man, and now they go to Luka like, yo, what do you think about this coach? You think he could be a leader? Luka like, yeah, I really mess with him. They're asking him that question, Dub, 100%. Luka know before Rick Carlisle know if he's staying or not, bro. That's a fact. Like,
You're
especially in today's basketball.
Dale, we're saying the same thing. I think we're honestly agreeing. But at the end of the day, I don't think that Rick Carlisle is gone if the organization is not in their head like, yo, maybe we should give up on this guy.
It is in their head, but I'm saying Luka could have stopped that, and that's what you're not agreeing in. You don't think Luka had any power to do so. You don't think he's that guy yet, but he's been that boy. It's what I'm saying.
I was arguing. I don't think that Luka is that guy to like, yo, I want this guy gone. Let's get him the hell out of here. That was my.
Don't get it twisted. Luka got like juice over the league too, because he is the European guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're trying to groom him to be faced all over this.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think it's too soon. Maybe in like his 5th or 6th year. I just think it's too soon.
What?
honestly.
What do you, bro? He was a second team or first team all NBA guy.
Yo,
His third year.
I'm
That
just saying,
matters.
I just
Too
don't.
soon?
I just
No,
don't
yeah.
think Luka. I just don't think so. I don't think Luka would. I don't even think Luka would want to be that type of person. Honestly.
Hold on, you think Luka's overrated?
No. I mean, top 5. I don't think he's top 5 yet, but I think he's top 10 for sure.
I'm not going here. JD, you got it.
If Lonzo keeps shooting like he is and develops a deadly mid-range, could he be a top 10 PG? This comes from Funny Ghost Guy on YouTube.
He might be top 10 right now if you sit down and probably think about it. Like he's inconsistent with his scoring and stuff, but in terms of impact, he's probably for sure top 10 right now.
On both sides of the floor.
Exactly right. That's what I mean. Impact, I have to sit and think, but yeah. You know, you can't put Kyrie in there. Kyrie is out. He's chilling. He's not vaxxed.
I would still put Kyrie in there, though.
No, I'm just saying he's not vaxxed, so I'm not gonna put him in a list of players. He haven't been in no list. He's not.
How many games does he have to play in order for you to consider him?
One.
Who talk about Kyrie?
Yeah.
I'm just not considering him is because even when we do player rankings and power rankings, we're not throwing Kyrie in none of those arguments because he ain't playing.
No,
well, I know. But let's just say he comes back next.
Doesn't naturally make the top 10s.
Wait, what?
Like when we did top 10s before season. I mean, I guess we didn't know that he wasn't going to play, but I mean, Kyrie gets thrown in those. I would, if I'm talking about my top 5 point.
No, I'm talking about right now. If you talk top 5 point guard, I think we have to say, can we count Kyrie? That's why I said that. I don't think someone would name Kyrie. I wouldn't name him if Kyrie in it, of course, I throw Kyrie in there. But right now, because we're asking the question based on this season and what Lonzo's doing now, Kyrie's not in this season now. Like it would be unfair to Lonzo say, like taking a spot from somebody that we know could do, but just not playing. Like KD last year didn't play. 2 years ago, they played the whole year. People wasn't ranking him when they say best player in the world. We got to see how he is. It's just what happens. Like Clay, right now. But he on his way back. About to be nasty.
This next one from Gucci Guwop in the Discord. If Giannis
Great name, wow.
If Giannis retired right now, where would he rank all time?
Among two power forwards or all time list?
Top 75 list. Top 75 list.
Yeah, he ain't done enough.
To not be in the top 75?
He in the top 75.
No, he is top 75, but
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't about to talk about like he's top 10,
like top
in there with Kareem and like all them guys. Yeah, nah, man.
Right, and I don't think anyone expects him to be in top 10, but top 30. Like where?
You mean right? I don't know if Giannis stay on this pace. Giannis could move into top 10 NBA player.
But if he retired literally tomorrow, he came out and was like, "I'm done playing basketball."
He'll probably be top. He'll probably be top 30. Top 35, 40, probably.
One of those.
Yeah.
All right. This is a non-basketball related one. JTMJ wanted to ask from Discord, is someone good at a video game if they can only win with one player / team? And the example given was like, for example, in fighting games, if you can only use one player, or in sports games, you can only use one team and win.
And someone,
why?
I think yes, for sure they can be good. I'm confused.
Yeah, I want to hear your take, Dub, because
I'm gonna shatter it. And then
you're not gonna shatter this. I promise you, bro, you're
Okay.
not gonna shatter this because, bro, if I'm playing somebody, bro, who's using the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's literally just spamming Giannis the whole entire game on a drive or a hop step, bro, you're not good. You're abusing the team. You're
find a way to stop it.
They have. You cannot. It's impossible.
Okay.
You
now
can't
let me ask you a question. Is
can't
Draymond Green a good basketball player?
This is video games, Dale. What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Draymond
It's
Green
video
a
games.
good basketball player?
Wait, Dale, have you played video games?
Yes, I played the old school.
He plays Mario Kart
games. I play Mario Kart. I play Street Fighter. I only play Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. That's it.
You
Sony
never played
PlayStation.
2K or nothing like that?
I play 2K. I have it when my nephews and the kids come up, but I don't play it.
So you don't play it like that. So you don't understand. No. Bro, let me tell you, bro.
It's called cheesing.
Yes, it is cheesing, and it's ridiculous. Right. I hate it to the max because.
So can you do the same thing with Giannis?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're good in the game too.
No, hell, I'm not. Because if I'm not able to do the same things on other teams,
I dare you to try and cheese on me, Dub.
Nah, with Giannis, well, I haven't played
with anyone
like that in a while. But listen, it's like this, bro. Like for a video game, I'm talking about 2K in general. It's like, bro, if you just know how to use one team and just know how to abuse that one person on that team, it's like, bro, I want to see how you play with the Pistons. I want to see how you
Why
play with the
though?
Chicago Bulls. So I could see if you're really good at the game or you just really just using
Good
the
at
players.
winning. It's about winning.
Nah,
It's about winning. The
skill.
more
It's
you
about
win makes
skill.
it.
About
The
I mean,
more you win in a
that
video
is
game,
skill though, man. You just choose
right?
to spend
The
more
more you
time perfecting your skill
that
with that
person,
one
right?
player, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, or
Zero
that one
hezzy. Let me
team.
tell you, bro.
It's
Anybody
just
could do
annoying
that.
to you. It's just annoying to you.
Because
But-
Yeah, but
anybody could do
anybody
that.
can also play with a whole bunch of teams and like spend equal time with all 30 teams and try to get it right. You know what I mean? No matter what the matchup
Right.
is.
So I'm on the opposite side of Dub here because you can stop it. You just have to know how to stop it, and then you just stop it every time, and then boom, they're
Right.
not doing anything. So if they're good at the game, they wouldn't do that anyway. And then fighting games, I could see why people in fighting games would specifically pick one and maybe they have two people, is because you learn the moves and
Yes,
that
yeah.
person's move set is particular to
different.
them. So they
it's
know
different.
how to
Counter.
counter
And
and
I-
everything. And so it's just a muscle memory thing at that point. So like,
And I play Mortal Kombat, and I'm very good at it.
yeah,
Very
so-
good. Like
All right,
ridiculous.
so that's a whole different story. Y'all talking about a fighting game, and I could get into that logic for the fighting game. We're talking about 2K, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. If that dude had the Pistons and I had, let's say, the Pelicans, I would probably trash him because at the end of the day, he doesn't know how to play. He just knows how to use Giannis. That's the point I'm making.
Okay. Dub.
But I think the point was like, if they can only win with that team.
Yeah, that makes it worse. That means you're trash at the game.
I agree
Like,
with Dub
completely
right here.
trash. Completely.
I slightly agree with Dub because it's like if you can't win with nobody else, if you can only win with that dominant force, you're not good. You're running to that dominant force because you're not good, and that's the only person you can win with. If all five of us can win with this team, but all you guys can win with other teams except for me.
So he's not good because he always need the right pieces around him to win.
I mean,
Yes.
When it matters.
If we all can do that, then that makes us all evenly as good. But if I can only do that and you guys can go win with other teams, especially worse teams, then you guys are better than me.
But can you pick any of those other teams you know how to play and beat this guy with that team, or whoever the cheat code is with? Can you beat him when he has that team?
Most of the time, yeah, you could definitely. I mean, most of the time, yeah, I could. It's just hard as hell. It's harder. I have to game plan way more than I have to.
All right, well, game plan.
All right,
I can't knock somebody mastering a one team and becoming good at it. I can't knock that. Like that means you mastered that team, you're good at that, then that's what's up.
I mean, it just all kind of depends on.
I
what
don't
team
care
you
about
master,
video
though.
games anyway, so I wouldn't even care.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I care a little too much about video games. This one comes from Wavy Sturdy in the Discord. I need a starting 5 blacktop players.
What does that mean, blacktop?
Like I would assume like street ball.
Like, oh, okay, like skip to my little type.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to be like necessarily that, but like if you were about to go run out on the blacktop right now.
NBA history.
Oh, NBA players. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, take your 5 best player you'll take to the park.
I'm
Yeah,
about to say, man, I'm gonna start my team with Corey Homicide, man. But never mind.
You know, he out in Australia now.
Oh, where?
Yeah, he been there. He got damn near moved there. Like he's like the Charles Barkley of the TV games out there.
Oh, that's what's up,
Big,
man.
yeah. I saw him this summer before, like 2 months ago. But who am I taking to the park to play in the park? I'm gonna go.
Current players.
I'm gonna go Dame.
Wait. Is it current or all time?
You can do all time, whatever. I mean, it wasn't specific. Do whatever you want.
I'm gonna go blacktop. I'm gonna go Dame, Steph, KD. No, damn, I'm taking all wings for sure to the park. I'm gonna go Dame, KD, Steph, Kyrie, and Zach LaVine probably. Jason Tatum, one of those boys. Flashiness, get buckets.
This is all
excite
time.
the crowd. No, I'm just playing who I'll take to the park. Who I want to go. Who I want to see in a park setting. Being from New York, that's a different type of setting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I roll with.
I got Kyrie, MJ, Kobe, KD, and then damn. I guess I'll go with Hakeem or AD.
I got Kyrie, Kobe. Damn.
Can I switch it?
got
Can I switch
T-Mac.
my last one?
Go
My
ahead.
bad. No. Finish yours and then I'll switch it.
I got T-Mac at the 3, KD at the 4 or 5. Who else I got?
T-Mac at the 3, fire.
Damn, man. I had somebody else, man. Kyrie, Kobe, T-Mac, KD. Oh yeah, let me move KD to the 5 and let me get Ron Artest in there at the 4.
Tough. I would like
Bully
to
ball.
I'll put Kyrie, MJ, Kobe, Melo, KD.
Ron.
Melo's a good one as well.
I'm gonna go with J. Will. And
Fire.
then Jamal Crawford.
Nice. I was hoping someone would take Jamal.
Yeah, gotta go with J. Crossover. I done played at the park with Jamal, so I know how that's coming.
We are not the same. We are not the same.
Then I'm gonna go. You kind of gotta go with Kyrie in this. I'm gonna go with. I need somebody who's a dunker. Actually, I really need 2 dunkers for real. So
Vince.
I'm gonna go with Vince, and then I'm also gonna go with another showstopper. I'm gonna go with Zion.
Zion on the park is
does
nasty.
he dunk anymore?
Dunkin' Donuts.
From what? Yo, JB, what? By the way, Zion is about to come back from this injury and destroy the league.
Or destroy his knees.
Yo, that's exactly what I thought, Jay.
Yeesh.
That is
I mean,
crazy.
he better not be trying to dunk too much early on. He needs to warm those knees back, get him back into shape.
Listen, Zion is about to be all right. Zion is 22 years old.
Nah, bro, he's
He's
not
going
about to be all
he's
right.
gonna
Bro.
be all right.
That boy knees ain't gonna handle him jumping and then landing.
We don't
300
know that.
pounds on
We
him.
don't know that. We've never seen this before. We've never seen this.
But-
Literally, nobody has
there's-
ever seen anything like this.
Right,
We don't know.
But there's not, I mean, if I was a gambling man, longevity doesn't look good.
I mean, but that can happen to anybody. Ask Brandon Roy.
No, I fully agree with you, but I'm saying statistically, I'm sure heavier people are more prone to knee issues and injuries.
No, it's
But
not
here's the
even
thing, though.
about-
but here's the thing, though.
And the way that he plays
I would say yes.
Compounds it.
Boom. But here's the thing. He changed the way he played, though. Like I said, in high school and in college, he played above the rim.
Right.
He's still like up there, but he's at the rim, but he's not. He don't play above the rim.
Sure.
So
No, I hear you. Yeah, we'll
and
see.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I like Zion, and I would never prey on any type of downfall for Zion. I really want to see Zion here for the next 15 to 20 years, however long he can play. So give me Zion Williamson for forever. I can watch him play all day. So, all right. Well, that's it. Episode 79. Signing out. Final words. Dub, we'll start with you.
Catch us on Gridiron tomorrow. It's gonna be a lit show. Y'all be safe out there. Tune in to Clubhouse.
I need to
Yeah,
get in
man.
my club. Y'all doing Clubhouse on Thanksgiving? Fire.
Oh my God, it's Thanksgiving. No.
No, yeah, definitely
You
doing
wanna
Clubhouse
do
on
it?
Thanksgiving. People ain't got nothing else to do.
They gotta eat.
After everybody, all right. After they eat their 3
Oh,
plates.
Oh, don't do it after they eat. They're
Like,
going to be asleep.
oh well, whoever's up, come tap in.
Right.
Dub, if you don't
Right.
want to, we don't have to. But
Nah, it's fine. If you down, I'm down, Ron. I got you.
yeah, let's do it.
Pause. I'm out. I'm signing out on the pause on Ron and Dub 69 conversation. All right.
Oh, no. All
That's
right.
terrible.
Ron, final words?
Catch us on the Clubhouse.
Wow,
I'll
all
catch
right.
y'all later.
You're on Hezzy?
Peace, man. Follow me on all platforms. No Pornhub, like last time. You're at Your Hezzy on all platforms, not Pornhub though.
Might be missing out on some viewers. I don't know. All right.
Jay, he's missing out on your views, bro.
Fire.
Whoa,
Golly.
Dub. All right, y'all.
You caping for this real hard.
No,
Pause.
I'm not. But I don't know. All right. I was trying to think of something to say, and I couldn't because my brain is fried. So like, comment, subscribe, do all the things on the video. We love y'all. Kick rocks, bozo man. Peace.
Oh